I don't have Pro.
Oh, you don't?
To be
Oh,
honest,
you
I don't
just
really
double click
remember.
it. I think you just double click it, right?
I don't know how I did it, to be honest.
Anyway,
It's been like
um,
half a year since I
gotcha.
said it that way, and I do not remember how I did it.
Can I make a history check to
Yeah. So
understand everything about the city?
where were you from, by the way? Where in the Empire were you from originally? I
I
don't
think I
recall.
was I think I was out of this place.
Okay, you weren't in the Empire. Okay. All right. Yeah. Roll
That's
a
the
history
reason.
check for me.
Okay.
22. Oh wow. Okay. Um. Yeah, I would say that you probably know. Caloria is a very ancient city. It's been around for a long time. At least 1,000 years, probably more. Um, the city was once very small, and almost kind of irrelevant in the area. Eventually, it started to grow in power, and it's sort of conquered the immediate area. And slowly, over a period of a few hundred years, the Empire of Caloria has sort of expanded out from the main point. Let's see. I think you probably would know this. With a 22 in history, I think you would probably know. What you see around these little gates on each of the roads, those are, that is the entrance to the old city, where they have these little pillars connected to the gates. That is the boundary of the old city, and it is a law in Caloria that anyone who enters into the inner city, what they would call just the city. Technically, everything outside of that isn't considered legally the city. Everything within that range, you're not allowed to carry a weapon at all. It is punishable by death. You would probably know that with a 22 in history. Other than that, you can't recall any other like specific laws or customs that you might need to know.
He also can't wear purple.
That's true. You did learn that.
We learned that in one of the towns we stopped at.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that
And
forced
Lloyd
Lloyd.
is wearing his red
Yes.
Right.
leather, sort of leather.
Good.
I can't tell if Luna's is blue or red on the picture of her clothing, honestly.
It's not
Well,
purple, so it doesn't matter.
yeah, as long as it's not purple, you're good.
All right. Well,
The only one. Wait. I have a question. Even though
Yeah.
it's very stupid.
hmm
Would someone get in trouble if they have purple eyes?
No. No, you wouldn't. It's just if you're wearing purple clothes.
Does he have purple eyes?
Yes.
No, they don't hate the color purple. It's just associated with royalty, and so it's exclusively worn by the upper echelons of society. I think you would probably know that with the 22 in history.
we'll have to get you a pair of medieval style sunglasses.
Yeah.
Stop over at like the glass. I don't know what the technical term for somebody who works at
No,
glass. Glass blower.
Luna's
And
just
have
going
them,
to tie
Yeah.
a bandana around his eyes so he's just blind and just rams into objects like a complete buffoon.
Or
I
that.
have a banana
That's good.
unscrewed.
Or you could just look at the ground and not look at anybody in the eye. I mean, all right. Well, anyway, we should probably head over to the let's start at the
Arena!
university. Well, first off, I'm looking here. I'm assuming both the Solid Tree and Tired Sail are inns.
Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't we go ahead and get ourselves a room in one of the inns, just so that we have a place to stay for the night if we need to, if we if our business has us staying here more than a day, which I'm sure it will. Can I do a history check to see if I know anything about these particular inns?
Yeah, go for it.
Do I know
8.
anything with an 8?
I would say you've never been to this city before, so neither of these inns are necessarily like super famous inns or anything.
Okay.
So yeah, I think you probably haven't heard of either of them.
Okay. Well, in that case, then why don't we? Well, I'm speaking in character here. Why don't we stop by the university and then get a head start, and we can talk with some of the locals and see what they recommend. We don't want to stay in a place that'll have an unsavory sort. Yes, if you remember, they said that there have been they said to watch your pockets. All right. With that, Greenspell, after getting off the ship, starts to walk towards the university is all the way in the back corner there.
Yep.
So So I'm just going to start walking over this way.
All right. Everybody else is going with him?
I presume.
Luna,
I would assume.
Luna's going with him. I just don't have him on though.
Luna's struggling to get her token on the board.
A little bit.
Okay.
There you go. Jesus.
All right.
That is the first time Luna's
So,
been small.
How long of a walk would you say it is from the harbor to the university?
Can Luna
It's probably like a.
Sure.
Yeah. It's probably like a.
Climb on your shoulder.
Luna, yeah, because that would I think would be better for him at least.
I feel like an idiot. I just realized that my microphone was muted.
Oh.
Yeah.
It happens.
It happens.
Because I have a button at the back of my thing. So I didn't realize that until now, but can Lloyd make a perception check just to make sure that no rogues come up on him?
Yeah, I mean you can make a perception check to see if you notice any
Luna,
unsavory
I'm gonna have Luna
characters.
do that as well.
16, 18. Okay. Yeah, so I mean this city is massive, like I said. It's the largest city that any of you have ever seen by far. I mean it's probably at least twice the size of the Key. And the Key is a pretty big city. So you get all sorts of people here, especially near the harbor where you guys are right now. There are beggars and sailors and people going about their day. There's nobody who is necessarily like catching your eye as being especially unsavory or anything. Seems like the typical sort of people you would see anywhere really in the Key or back home. You do notice that there are a lot fewer Rugians here, and a lot more Imperials, but that's to be expected. Otherwise, you don't notice anybody in particular who's suspicious or anything like that, I would say.
Okay. So I think we're gonna go through. I mean, I'm not sure it's gonna matter that much, but we're gonna go this way.
Okay.
And then come go around.
Okay. So are you passing through the gates then?
Through the path. Oh, is that a gate?
Yeah, these little things are gates.
So is this the area where weapons are not allowed?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then let's go around.
The inner wall.
Yep.
That
So, yeah,
isn't the inner wall. That's the inner wall?
Yeah. Well, originally it was a wall, but now the wall is just a series of little pillars with gates marking where you can pass through.
Okay, well then let's
Okay,
go.
before Greenspell goes over to the gates, Lloyd just puts grabs his shoulder before he walks up to the gate, shaking his head. Let's not go away. If
don't
I
think we
recall
can
from
avoid that.
memory,
Because number 6 right here, I believe right here is a gate. If I'm correct.
yeah, he was planning to take that at
We were
first,
planning.
and he
Well,
got
initially, we
like
were
an
planning
8
to go
on
here,
this.
but it would probably be better.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I
So,
don't think it's avoidable.
talking to Lloyd, it would no. Lloyd was referring to here.
Hmm.
I was Greenspell was initially planning to go this way, but did not realize that this was a gate on the map. So
As well as just the fact that he has 8 in the history. So
true.
he probably didn't.
No. Yeah. So we'll go this. Yeah, let's go this way then.
All right.
Wait, what about the conversation? Lloyd was about to explain why.
We can multitask, I hope.
Okay.
Yeah. So you start walking past the gate. as
No,
Lloyd
we're
explained.
going this way. I'm sorry to grab your shoulder like that, Greenspell, but we can't go that way. If we do go that way, we need to hand over all of our weapons. If we don't, it's punishable by death, and I'm pretty sure we don't want to start anything, so we're gonna take the long way around.
I mean, that's fine with me, I guess. I mean, I was sort of like, like smirking because I'm not actually doing any walking since I'm on Luna's shoulder. Did you hear that, Luna?
Yes, I heard.
Okay. If that's okay with you, then let's take the long way around. Doesn't look like it's that much farther. Okay, and as we're doing that, we're kind of just making our way across. We passed by the temple district.
So you see like a large temple about the same size as the one that's in the key. A few smaller temples scattered around. It's a nice area of the city. They have like lots of trees and little walking paths and things. You think this would be a good place to come back to relax.
Do I? Oh, sorry.
Also noticed that it's a Cellulite temple, so I think.
Okay. Well, there you go. Okay. I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask if I needed to roll a religion check to see if I knew which deity or pantheon this.
Yeah.
Church
there are a few smaller temples around, but the main temple is dedicated to Selûne.
Okay.
So I think Aesop is probably with you guys, but is going to go into the temple while we're here.
Okay.
Let's keep moving. Wait, what happened to Brickfall?
Dollar Matum, he's with you for now. I'll say.
Okay.
Okay.
So as we're going along, I sort of, Lloyd, are you in front of me or behind me?
In front. He's leading the way.
Oh, you're leading? Okay. Well, then, in that case. Bless you.
Bless you.
Well, given that I'm on Luna's shoulders, I can see a little bit over, and I kind of I sort of poke Lloyd on the shoulder, and I'm like, look over there. It's just what you've been looking for, and you can, an arena.
Yes, you see,
or a coliseum.
The largest arena that you've probably ever seen. It's absolutely massive. There's a large statue out in front, and a large kind of courtyard area with multiple fountains. People set up little tents and everything. Actually, what day is it of the week?
It's a good question.
Okay, yeah, I think there might be a tournament going on today at some point. So since it's close to the end of the week. So I think that
Lloyd immediately gets distracted and starts walking it towards the arena.
All right.
Well, we are going to need to go this way. Anyway.
Yep.
past the well, I'm assuming the path around the arena is unguarded or it's not blocked
Yeah,
off by anything. Okay.
yeah, you can just walk around.
Okay, I didn't know if the little things sticking out were meant to be blocks or something, or like passages or gates or whatever.
No, no. I think those are just
Okay.
windows or something. I don't know.
It looks either windows or like banners, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I think those are banners. The red things. Yeah.
yeah, the little red things are banners. Okay. Let's see.
Yep.
Let's see if we can find the tournament board, or the tournament schedule. Is there any? Can I do a perception check to see if I can see anything about the stadium?
Yeah, I think. I mean,
Or
once
you
you guys get around to the front, which is over here, you'll see the large statue out in the courtyard and everything. And I think there'd be a pretty large tournament board out here. So you see that they're doing multiple tournaments today. There's a lot of talk about a guy named Theras, who's the champion of the arena. And they're also doing some tournaments against beasts as well. And it seems like they are accepting new people potentially. If you wanted to join, you can inquire on the backside of the arena. There's a small building you can enter to inquire. Is written on the sign.
Lloyd, is it to the death?
So, no, the tournament isn't to the death.
Okay, it isn't. Lloyd starts heading towards the back.
All right. So it's this
well,
this building right
before
here.
so as Lloyd starts to run off, I shout out to him, and I say, "Hold on a second."
He stops for a moment.
Do you have a copy of the map?
Lloyd just goes like, I know where to go from here. I
Okay.
know this city decently enough.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna hang on 1 second. I'm gonna say, why don't the two of us, go ahead and we'll meet. You can go register and we'll catch up at the university.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys head
Lloyd
off.
goes off to the back.
So
You guys head off to the university.
so it's up this way, I think.
Yep. Dalamatum reluctantly follows. All right. So yeah, you guys find yourselves in the university. You see that there are huge lecture halls, and then further back on the other side of this main road, there's a few buildings set aside as kind of dormitories.
Okay.
And following down the path, there's like a small kind of park area with a few like faculty buildings to the right and left, and then a large library at the end.
Here.
Yeah, that's the library.
Okay. Well, first things first. Well, let me check something real quick. This is, I believe, where we could find Seth Graham, I believe. Yes?
Yes. That is what you've heard, yeah.
Okay. Is there any kind of like map of the campus so we know where to find the Division of Extraplanar Biology?
Yeah, I think that they would have like little little signposts kind of with a map of the university. And so you would see that the sort of on the left hand side of this little oval down in this building, you know that the department is in that building. You don't necessarily know what office he's in, but it seems like that is the department building.
Okay. So While I do that, I sort of look down at Luna and over at Brickfall, and I say, if you remember, when we were at the library, I kind of showed them the document that I was talking about, the aberrations of the region of Rugia.
Yeah.
Why don't let's see if the Professor Graham knows anything. He's sort of from what I was told, he was kind of the expert on aboleths in the area. You might give us a sense of where to look, or you might give us some inside information that's not in the library. Hopefully he will have time to entertain us. Anyway, or two. Yeah. So
Great. So you guys can enter into the building without any difficulty, really.
Is it this one or is it
It's
this one?
this one right here.
Okay, we're
Yeah.
over here.
So
Okay.
you can enter into the building without any trouble.
So the doors aren't locked or anything.
The doors aren't locked, no. But then you sort of encounter the issue of
going inside the building. Luna,
Mhm.
she's kind of wondering if they should leave their weapons outside because of it being a school. But she decides to keep them on, pretty much.
oh,
Well, how about
you?
Is there any kind of like person at the front, like someone called security, but like where we could check our weapons?
So you pretty much just walk, and as you walk in, it's just a hallway with sort of a long hallway with doors on either side, and there's like stairs going up.
Okay.
There's no like front desk or anything.
Hmm.
Luna's just gonna keep her weapon on her then.
Yeah, so I was gonna look at Luna and Dollar Matsun, and it's like, let's keep our weapons out of sight if we can. We don't want to cause a commotion.
Okay. Yeah, so you can, I guess, you can cover up your weapons easily enough. I think that would be maybe a sleight of hand. Well, probably not. I think it's easy enough. There's nobody really watching you, so you can pretty much just hide your weapons.
Okay.
More or
Yeah,
less.
I mean,
underneath your
or like
clothes.
stow them away. Yeah. Okay. Is there any kind of like directory or any kind of like thing on the walls? Okay.
So you see that each of the doors has a number next to it. Further down the hallway, there's like a plaque that shows, like 100 through 115 to the left, 100 through 130 to the right. It doesn't say which room is which, but looking on the doors themselves, some of them are unlabeled and some of them seem to have the name of like a professor or something labeled on them. So you might be able to just wander through and find his office that way.
Okay. Why don't we do that then? At this point in time, I sort of like tap on Luna's shoulder to have her let me down.
She lets him down.
Okay.
All right. So after what feels like a good 15 minutes of just sort of wandering around the building aimlessly, finally you find a room which is labeled Dr. Graham.
Okay. All right. Well, I think look over to Luna and Brickfall and like, I think this is the place. And I also, I look back at Brickfall and I'm like, please be on your best behavior.
No promises.
I just kind of growl like to myself, like, And I use my walking stick and like I just kind of rap on the door.
All right. There's no response.
Okay. Can I reach the doorknob? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Can I try to open the door?
You can. The door's unlocked.
Okay.
As you open the door, you see there is a sort of small office. There's a bookshelf just
in there.
Yes, there is. You see a bookshelf chock filled with books, a desk which is absolutely covered in papers, and sitting at the desk is sort of an elderly-looking human with a long white beard, who seems to have not even noticed that you've entered into the room.
Okay. So I you said as a human male?
Yeah.
Okay, so doing my best to try to make myself as tall as possible. I'm sort of make a noise that excuse me.
Um, he sort of looks startled and he looks over at you. Ah, are you my new TAs?
No, are you Dr. Graham?
Why, yes, I am.
Ah, well, you're just the man we've been looking for. My name is Danya Screenspell, and we are some adventurers who are looking to learn about aboleths. If you could spare a moment of your time.
Aboleth, you say?
Yes.
Well, I suppose I could spare a moment. What was your question?
Yes. Well, at the same time, while doing this, I sort of like, nudge
Show him the map.
Luna and Greenspell, or sorry, Luna and Brickfall to introduce themselves.
My name
Like,
is
it's
Luna.
like, hey,
Strimmer. She slightly bows to him.
Name's Brickfall. And with that, Dr. Graham sort of stands up and he says, "Ah, it's good to meet you. I'm surprised that you're interested in the aboleth. I haven't heard very much about aboleths for quite some time. May I ask what has piqued this interest?"
sure, absolutely, no problem, sir. We've actually encountered a individual. I believe his name was what was his? Oh, is he with us? Is the
Did you
captain's
want him to come with you?
Sure. Why don't we retroactively say he was with us?
All right, then he's with you.
Is it Joshua Poole, right? I think
Yeah, Joshua Poole.
Yeah, and I sort of
Um,
our friend Joshua here was actually recently under the control of an aboleth, and we were looking to see if there's any way to take care of it, if you will. And I sort of like hit nudge nudge.
he's sort of ponders for a second. You say you have encountered an aboleth. That is most unusual. We've not heard of any aboleths for quite some time. Are you quite sure it was an aboleth?
Well, based on what we've pull out the little copy of the book that I have, we were doing some research at some of the libraries around the empire, and based on what we've seen, it definitely appears to be an aboleth. And then Joshua, I'm assuming Joshua can attest firsthand or secondhand to that.
Yes, it's true. That is more or less the creature that I saw. We believe it's an aboleth. And then Dr. Graham, he's sort of you see, his face sort of lights up, and he's, well, this is wonderful news. You must take me to it immediately. I say it's quite the rare opportunity to be able to study one in person.
Well, you see, that's kind of the problem, sir. We don't exactly know where this aboleth is. We have a general idea of where the aboleth is, but we were hoping that we could sort of, if we can, lure it out of its hiding place somehow, so that way we can what's so we can deal with it accordingly.
I see. Yes, this is quite the predicament.
Yes, it's as you are the leading expert in this, we figured who better to ask than the foremost expert on these creatures.
Well, it's difficult. Aboleths, aboleths don't need to eat in the same way that you or I. And they have very little cause to leave their home, except, of course, if the elder aboleths were to call them out of their home. When they're first setting up in a location, of course, they must leave to collect slaves. Though if your aboleth has already established itself, it seems that won't be of much help. Yes, this is quite the conundrum. He sort of ponders for a while. Did you mean to call it up to the surface?
I mean, that would be ideal if there is such a means to do so. I know my dwarven friend here is not a fan of swimming, so anything we could do to sort of, bring it to bring it out of its natural habitat
There we go.
would be ideal.
There we go.
Yes.
Oh. Oh, and I didn't mean to forget about this, but there is something also I think you might find interesting. And I sort of reach into my bag of holding and I pull out that blue orb, and I sort of set it on the table.
So
I believe
can we take a pause for a moment?
Sure.
Can we pause for a moment? What has happened? My internet cut out.
Oh, they just met up with Dr. Graham. And they've just started talking to him.
Okay.
They kind of introduced themselves, and now they're asking about the aboleth and how to pull it up to the surface.
Okay.
All right. So you just handed him the blue orb.
Well,
right?
I said I didn't hand it to him. I kind of set it on his desk.
Okay.
So he could see it. We believe that this orb is the artifact that you mentioned in your book, capable of offering protection. We've actually an old aboleth city. It's quite the adventure. I say so myself, and I sort of chuckle. Brickfall kind of just looks at me and just kind of glares at me angrily, just
This is quite unheard of. Are you sure it was an aboleth city? Those are quite rare, you know. And you found this there in the city.
Well, we weren't alone. We actually encountered a group of Lycan who sort of led us to the city themselves. So I would presume that they would not be distrustful of us, or that they would not lead us somewhere.
I see. Well, this is a most unusual find. I was absolutely convinced that the artifact was merely a myth. It seems that the gods have brought me evidence straight to my desk. I shall have to to adjust my my next volume of my book. Yes, this is quite unusual, I must say. Would you mind taking me to that underwater city? I should like to see it, I think.
We can certainly try. As I said, it was quite a bit away from here, so it might be a couple days' journey out at sea.
I see, yes. if you could at least give me the location, that would be most appreciated. I'm sure that there are those here at the university who would like to set up an excavation there. Who knows what sorts of artifacts we could find?
Right. So can I pull up? Greenspell kind of reaches into his bag and pulls out a roughly drawn world map and kind of makes a little indentate. Can you pull up the map or the regular world map for me? It'd be easier. If I remember correctly, I believe it was somewhere around here.
Okay.
Can you confirm? I look at Brickfall. You're good at maps. Is that about right?
Let's see. Dollarmatum. He sort of nods. Seems about right to me.
So I'll just kind of draw along here real quick. Just kind of around here ish.
Professor Graham, he gratefully marks it down on one of his own maps. Yes, this will be quite helpful, I think. It's quite rare to find an ancient aboleth city. Was it untouched, do you think?
Well, it certainly appeared that there was quite a conflict that had occurred in the city. There was evidence of there were weapons, bodies, and such. So clearly, there had been some kind of conflict that happened there, but I believe it was abandoned since we did not encounter any aboleths while we were down there.
Ah,
But-
yes, that aligns with my own theory that the Lycan revolted against their masters and destroyed the cities. I suppose they must have used this artifact to grant them some power and overthrow their masters. This is quite the find, I must say.
Would you like to hold on to it for a while so you can study it?
This orb? Would turn it over to me?
Yes. So we believe the way that we were told the way it works is that it's not quite a artifact in the sense that you have to hold onto it, but you kind of if once you stare into the orb, and after a while, I think it's about 10 minutes, its psychic energy kind of seeps into you and grants you protection against the aboleth's psychic energies and psychic abilities, if you will. If I believe that's what the Lycan Elder told me.
I see. Well, there are certainly those at the university who are more well acquainted with psionic energy than I am. Perhaps they should study this artifact. Could be quite important.
And I sort of gesture like handing over. It's like, well, you're the expert, and I say, if you would like, you're welcome to hold on to it or to have somebody else study it as well. My only request is that when you've concluded your studies, that we have it returned.
Yes, of course. I shall have it returned to you immediately. And in fact, I think I should like to travel back to. You said Crown Point is where this aboleth was located.
Well, potentially. I look at Joshua Poole and was like, "Is that you said? Is that about right? Crown Point area? Is that where your ship went down?"
It was north of Crown Point, near Patina Cove, but in the area.
Yeah, so wasn't exactly an exact, location, if you will.
Well, I think I should like to travel back with you, if at all possible. It's quite the opportunity to be able to see an aboleth with one's own eyes.
Well, you are certainly welcome to accompany us, although, given your position here, are you sure that it would be okay for you to be away from your post for a while? It's, as I said, even just a trip will take several days, let alone our expedition. You could be away from here for quite a while.
That's okay. I have tenure. They can't fire me.
Well, all right then. Well, then you are certainly welcome to join us. Although, again, being that we are adventurers, you may find our accommodations and our way of doing things a bit rough. I hope that's not a problem.
It's no matter. I've been on many expeditions before, although none perhaps quite as dangerous as seeing an aboleth up close.
So you're saying you've never actually seen an aboleth firsthand?
No, of course not. Most of my accounts are just collections of reports from other people who have seen them in the past. Most of them aren't even very recent at all. That's why I'm so surprised that you were able to see one, and so recently.
Yes,
in fact,
well,
the latest recorded sighting that I was able to find of an aboleth anywhere at all in the area of the Empire was well over a century ago.
Well, your guess is as good as mine, sir.
Yes, it is quite concerning. I
Yes,
do hope
we
that
were.
the aboleth aren't moving back into the area.
Well, we were tasked to put a stop to this particular aboleth. Whether or not it is working alone or in a colony is unknown. They do have colonies, right?
Yes, it's unclear. I mean, of course, the Aboleth Empire originally existed, so they are known to cooperate and form societies, but it's unclear how they've organized themselves in recent years. I mean, considering the Aboleth Empire fell, well, millennia ago.
Hmm.
It's really unknown how they live today.
Well, there actually is one other artifact we did find in our journey that you may find interesting. I kind of look over to Luna and I'm like, "Do you still have that rapier on you?
Yes. I may or may
Would
not
you
have
mind
used it.
would you mind presenting it to the doctor, good doctor here?"
She shows him the rapier.
And I sort of, as you know, you're kind of just I'm assuming you're like holding it with two hands, like outstretched, like
Yeah.
you know.
I may or may
So,
not have named it
We
Fire
had we'd
Rapier.
see, yeah. So what's interesting about this particular blade, we found it in that same Aboleth city as as the orb, and it seemed to have no signs of any kind of rust or damage that one would expect from being at the bottom of the ocean for however many hundreds of years it could have been there.
Yes,
So-
I believe this is of lichen construction. At least a few millennia old, by my estimation. You see this patterning here on the hilt. This is very classic of the ancient lichen people. Yes, I believe that it was commonplace for the lichen, in that period at least, to enchant any of their magic weaponry with an ability to resist water corrosion. Being as they did live in the ocean, well, they still do. Most of their metalworking lacked this enchantment, of course, as it is quite difficult to cast, but weapons of importance, such as this rapier, they were enchanted so as to be preserved. This is quite an interesting find. You said you found it in the Aboleth city as well?
Indeed.
Yes, I wonder what more things must be lurking down there. I should hurry and make my way there as soon as possible. Tell some of my colleagues as well.
If I may ask, do you happen to have? Well, when we were, in order for us to explore, we had to use some potions of underwater breathing, which only gave us about 15 minutes or so to search. Is there perhaps an apparatus of some kind that would allow us, well, and by us I mean the expedition, of course, to stay underwater for longer? It's quite a large city, and you know.
Well, normally our diving expeditions include. There are two options. It is possible, of course, to go down in diving suits. You could have one of those bells lowered into the water and then have a small tube connected into a suit of metal. Those are quite expensive, and as far as I'm aware, the university only has a few of those.
Wow.
The other option, of course, is a cap of water breathing. Those that study primarily in underwater cultures may have a few on hand.
Do you mean like one like this? And I kind of reach back my bag and I pull out, and I'm assuming it's like another like cap of some kind, that
Yeah.
something like this, or am I wearing it on my head? I don't know.
You have it in somewhere.
Yeah.
So
Let's just say that I'm a cap, like something like this, and I hand it to us.
Exactly like this.
Perhaps there's somebody in the or otherwise who've been able to reproduce this magic.
Certainly, there'd be plenty of people here at this university who could, and certainly more out in the city. Though, if you're going to investigate the Aboleth, perhaps I could requisition some of those caps for you.
If it's not too much trouble, it would be appreciated.
I'm sure it could be considered university business. Consider this expedition is quite important to my own research.
Yes, of course.
Yes, very well.
If it's not too much trouble.
I'll make that request. I'm sure they'll be happy to give me some. Yes, no matter. I'll get a few for you. One for myself, and perhaps as many as I can get for the rest of you as well.
Very good. I take it it'll probably be a few days before we can expect our order to be filled.
Perhaps it just depends on if anyone is using the caps at the moment. I'll speak with some of the other professors who I know who have used them before. See if they're currently using them.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. And are you going to be in the city for a few days? Where can I find you?
Well, we actually just arrived here, and we are going to be likely staying at least for a few days to have our preparations for our expedition. We have not actually picked a place to stay for the night. As a local, do you have any recommendations?
Were you thinking to stay in?
We could do that. If it's not too much, do you think it'd be possible that to have a stay in one of the dormitories if there's a vacancy? Would that be something that could be arranged?
It's possible.
Should I roll persuasion to try
Yeah,
to?
go for it.
Let me see. Persuasion. 23.
23.
Never mind. I was gonna assist with the roll, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah, 23 is pretty good. All right, Dr. Graham, he sort of nods a few times. Yes, I think it might be possible. I'll have to speak with somebody who's in charge of the dormitories. I'm not sure, but yes, perhaps just for a few days.
Yes. Well,
I can arrange something. I'll look into it for you.
okay. Well, if you don't hear back by sundown, if you had to pick one of the inns, which one would you personally say would be the more comfortable place to stay? I believe there's the Solid Tree and the Tired Sail.
Yes, they're both frequented by sailors, so I hope you're comfortable with that sort. I would say that the Tired Sail is generally the more reputable of the two, though they're certainly both passable.
Well, I only ask because we have a warning about pickpocket.
Oh yes. Well, that's true of any large city, isn't it?
Well, I suppose that's true after all. I don't actually come from the city, mind you. In any case.
Well, something to be concerned about while you're here.
Yes. Well, I think aware is more of an accurate term than concerned. I'm not suggesting that every person who looks at me is trying to sneak into my pockets, but you never know.
It is prudent to keep an eye out in this city.
Yes. Well, thank you for your time. We look forward to cooperating with you on this expedition. Yes. I suppose we'll take your recommendation and check into the Tired Sail if while the arrangements for the dormitories are being processed.
Yes, of course. I would recommend coming back here in the evening, to make sure that to see if I have of
course
prepared arrangements for you, before heading off to the inn. But of course, if I haven't heard from you in a few days, I'll go check the Tired Sail.
As you will, as you wish. And then I sort of I nod respectfully. Well, do you think by chance there'd be any more information that we could get from the library?
I think it unlikely. Most of the books, I would say, that are written on the Aboleth, not to sound too proud, but most of the literature is written by myself. I'm afraid that you'll find very few other reputable sources on the matter.
Very well then. I guess we'll take a look around the city and see if is there anything that we could do to help with the preparations for your expedition? Or the expedition, I should say. I keep saying your. My apologies.
Do you mean to face against the Aboleth?
Well, the face against the Aboleth. Yeah, sure. I'm sure your interest is purely academic.
It's true. My interest is somewhat personal. Of course, I've studied the aboleth for many years. I'm mostly curious just to see one. But I understand the great threat they pose. Of course, you must deal with it post-haste.
Yes.
I will have to ponder this issue of luring it out. I can't say that I've heard of anyone ever doing this before. I don't know. I'll have to speak with some of my colleagues, perhaps.
Well,
if I think
we'll
of something, I'll find you.
Yes. Why don't we come back around? I don't know, say 9 o'clock in the evening. If you don't see us by then we'll probably be at the inn.
Very well. I shall see you later then.
Very well. It's good to meet you. Sort of again bow respectfully and
Just bow. She doesn't say anything else.
Right. Dollar Martin just leaves.
he doesn't even yeah.
He doesn't acknowledge.
All right.
All right. So
Close
guys-
door.
you guys leave the university for now. Let's hop back over to Lloyd.
Ba-da-ba.
All right. So
Yay.
Lloyd, you were headed back over to the back of the arena. You see a small, sort of stout little building, where there are a few like people outside sort of training. So you're headed inside?
Yep.
All right. So inside there's sort of an elderly kind of imperial man, kind of giving orders to people. He turns to you as you walk in. You, why are you here?
I was wondering if I could join the tournament.
Ah, another glory seeker, I see. Well, which will it be, beast or man?
Man, kind sir.
Very well. Anyone in particular you wanted to fight?
If you do what I think you're gonna do.
Well, I heard things about this champion. I'm curious to see if I could fight him.
Oh, you think you can take on Theras, do you? Well, good luck to you. The crowds will love seeing you lose. I'll get you signed up. What's your name?
Lloyd Brandel of House Brandel, even though it's fallen now.
Right. And so you'll be fighting with blunted weapons. We don't want anyone killing each other down there in the arena. We'll provide you with a weapon. It should be roughly equivalent to... What do you use? Rapier? By the looks of it?
I use a rapier and longbow, sir.
Very well. We'll provide you with an equivalent, but blunted weapons to make sure that you don't kill each other down there. And that does mean when one of you loses, you give up, alright? You don't beat the other man to death. That's pretty much the only rule down there. If you win, well, you would be made the champion of the arena, as unlikely as that is. And you would win the grand prize. I think the grand prize right now is 1,000 gold pieces, something like that. Let's see. Is there anything else? Your tournament will take place. Let's have you marked in at 6 p.m. against Theras. There you go. He sort of marks down on a little notebook. Very well. Make sure you're here 30 minutes before your bout. Do you have any more questions for me?
Are we gonna be given potions? Are potions allowed, or anything?
No potions. Magic is allowed, of course. No scrolls, no potions.
Basically, whatever we can do naturally other than the weapons and armor.
That is correct.
He nods in understanding.
Very well. Make sure you come back to this building at 5:30. Right. Is there anything else?
What time is it currently?
I would say it's like 11:30.
Lloyd walks out.
All right.
More towards the plaza of sorts.
Okay. And Panda is here now. Hello, Panda.
Hello, hello.
All right. So I think you weren't here for the last session, right?
I was not.
Okay. So we we made the journey to the capital city in last session. And so most of the last session we just spent traveling here to the capital.
Had funny moments.
They just got here. Yeah, they just got here at the start of this session.
Cool.
Basically, and they went to see the doctor who wrote the book on aboleths. And other than that, I just had you and the temple while you were here.
Sounds like what I would do.
All right. So where's everybody headed to next?
So why don't all right? I think talking with Luna and Brickfall, I said we should probably head back towards the stadium and let Lloyd know what we've let Lloyd know of what's going on.
Aye, sounds like a plan.
Yes. Hopefully, it'll be interesting to see if have somebody else be hopefully you'll see her get beat to a pulp as retribution for your past squabbles.
We can only hope.
Oh, are you feeling
Also-
okay? Your voice sounds a little funny.
Yours sounds funny,
It says-
Spanish.
Second, dwarven second puberty. Natural cycle.
Hmm. There you go. Better? Okay.
I hope you tell him what you just said when he gets back. I really do.
All right. So, would it be fair to say that we're heading towards back towards here?
Yeah.
Okay. Just for the record, I know I'm kind of taking the lead on things, but if people want to do something else or want to interject, then by all means, say something.
Luna's I'm gonna do a performance check. Luna's just kind of strumming her instrument as you guys are walking.
All right.
Are you following us, or are you kind of just off on your own?
Oh, she's following.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were you stopped while we were walking and you're just kind of all on by yourself.
No.
23. As always, Luna's performances are spectacular.
That is the one consistent role I have.
Yeah, I don't know that you've ever gotten below a 20 on a performance.
Well, you can never roll below a 12, so.
That's true.
Yeah. I would like to do something at the temple, but that can be done at any time.
Okay.
Go for it, buddy.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to know, is this a Cellulite temple?
It is.
It is. So I can raid their pantries.
You can.
I just want to know if there's any. I would explain the situation to whoever's in charge.
Mm-hmm.
and say that we might need a couple extra health potions and help dealing with the aboleth problem.
All right. Yeah, I think the guy in charge of this temple is an old imperial man by the name of Aureus. And he sort of nods. I think we could perhaps spare a few potions, since the aboleth pose such a great threat. He'll give you let's say 3 health potions.
Beautiful. I will tell him I will make a grand donation as soon as we get back with any treasure that we have.
Awesome.
3 health
You found
potions?
the hack to free health potions.
Yeah.
Doctors don't want you to know this. One weird trick.
Devote
your life to the clergy.
Yeah,
Doctors hate this one weird trick. Yeah.
exactly.
Also, for those who were asking about getting the little boxes of the characters really tiny, so it's just the names. I found it in the settings menu if you want to do it. So it's under
There you go.
settings, audio and video, and under video display, you change the player avatar size to names only.
Okay, so you go down to
So
settings.
all the way to the right, so you have a little gear.
Yep, audio, video, got it. And
There'll be a
then-
little video display. It'll be the second tab.
Got it.
And then under player video / avatar size,
Names
there'll be a
only.
drop. Yep, names only.
Beautiful.
Yep. So now it's out of the way.
Thanks so much.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, where's everybody headed to next?
So Luna, Brickfall, and I were on our way out, and Joshua are walking towards the arena after our fruitful visit with the professor.
Mm-hmm.
Which I should probably. Well, I guess when we meet up with Panda, we'll explain what's going on.
I was gonna say I'd probably walk out after raiding their pantries.
Yeah.
Right. I'd do a couple, things, but then want to go meet up with the rest of the rest of the gang.
Okay. All right. So we walk through. We're continuing to walk.
Yep, I guess you guys all pretty much meet up.
Right in the center here.
Yep, in the little plaza courtyard area in front of the arena.
Okay.
You see Lloyd kind of like happily strutting out, having signed up.
What's
you see you see Usopp with a bag slightly heavier than than before he left.
Well, you look like you've seen something good, Lloyd. Were you able to secure a fight?
Yes. Wow.
Surprising.
It's about.
Usually they don't let newcomers face the champion right off the bat. They must be desperate.
When is scheduled?
At 6.
Tonight.
Although I need to arrive at 5:30.
Wow, that was quick. They really must be desperate.
Must be desperate for fights.
I suppose.
Maybe I should sign up.
Well,
I kid.
Well done. I suppose. I guess we will be.
It would be interesting to see how you could actually do in a duel when you're not in a drunken stupor.
Maybe I should sign up for a beast fight. Or I hear they have those in this capital.
They do. Well, I personally I find the idea of beating up beasts abhorrent, but I'm not one to question the tradition of this city. I'm just a foreigner here.
Maybe what do they call that? An appetizer. I'll join with the intention of feeding the crowds, and hopefully you can get them going.
Well, we do have some good news, Usopp. I want to share with you.
Oh, please.
So we spoke with Professor Graham over at the university, and he has actually agreed to accompany us on our expedition to, dispose of the aboleth.
Another
And-
hand is always helpful.
Yes, he is, and I'm not sure if you remember, but he's actually the leading expert in the field. And in addition, he has agreed to requisition us some caps of water breathing for us, so no more potions for us.
A wonderful ally indeed.
Got that, right, Brickful?
I
Well, so
I don't think they're the.
so yeah, looks like we're gonna have some help here. I figured it would be in poor taste to ask for the 500 piece reward, given the circumstances and given the situation at hand.
Of course.
Perhaps the end of the expedition, if we could inquire about that. In the meantime, I told him that if we were supposed to meet with him again back at the university around 9 o'clock. And
9, you said?
Yeah, about, in like 8 hours or so. Yeah.
Okay.
We also spoke with him about possibly getting us some quarters in some vacant dormitories, so we don't have to worry about staying at the inn. But
that would be great for all of you. I have my place at the temple.
Yes. Yeah. Right. I suppose I could stay at the temple with you, but I don't want to, leave everybody else by themselves.
I must stay at the temple. If any rites come up that must be done, I'm obliged to see them through.
Yes, of course, we understand. But I'm just thinking for the group here. You'll have to excuse my musings.
No, of course.
So, I suppose in the meantime, I guess we could, take a look around. Is there anywhere in particular that caught your eye?
I might sign up for a fight if this seems like the appropriate time. Maybe earn a little extra money.
I think Lloyd would be able to help you with that. Lloyd was actually signing up for the fight while we were talking with the professor. So.
Oh, beautiful.
Lloyd, maybe you could, show him where you were.
Yes, sir. Anyways.
No, you don't need the sir's not necessary. Just
ignore the sir. I don't know. I'm too used to saying that. Oh,
it's weird being a noble yourself. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just trying to be funny.
I'll lead the way.
It seems weird. So I look at Brickfall. I was like, that's probably the last time I'll ever hear him say that again.
No. That is not canon. That's a non-canon moment.
Boy ain't right.
Yes, it's not quite like him.
I hate it when I mess up like that.
It's okay.
This is the reason why I don't do.
Okay.
It's
okay.
This is the reason why I don't really do white with voice role play.
All right. Let's move on.
Yeah, that's funny.
All right, let's move on then. Let's see here.
You cannot blame us for laughing.
I suppose we can just.
Sorry.
Well, if I'd like to go take a look at the plaza over here. If anyone would like to join me. I mean, obviously, don't feel obliged to come if you don't want to.
I'm going to sign up for a fight real quick.
Okay. Well, how about this then? Why don't we all agree to come back? Well, Lloyd, I believe your fight was at 5. You had to be here at 5:30.
Yes.
Why don't we all agree to meet back up here at 5:30? So you can go just get ready for your fight. We'll get some seats, and watch you get the stuffing. I mean, we can watch you fight. Sorry.
Lloyd just crosses his arms, just going like,
have more faith in me.
Seriously? You guys are still doubting me. I admit I struggled underwater a lot, but this is on foot.
Well,
I have at least somewhat of a chance.
Well, if that statue in the courtyard was anything like this champion, was it Thrasis, I think. Sorry, meta moment here. What's the guy's name again?
Therath.
Then I would Theras. Yeah, then he would. I think you would have right. You would have reason to be concerned, but well, think of it this way: you have nothing to lose except for maybe your dignity. But anyway, we'll be back here at 5:30, and yeah. So I'm headed to the plaza. Anyone who wishes to join me is welcome to. Brickfall. Pool.
I'll join you. Brickfall will go, and Josh will pull. He'll go along too. Why not?
Okay.
He'll tag along.
All right. Until then, take care of yourself.
Take care.
All right.
Bye.
Oh, and don't forget, one last thing, actually, Usopp. If you don't remember, make sure you don't wear purple. And to watch and we were also told to watch your pockets while you're here.
And also don't carry weapons in our city.
Yes. You see, yes. If you come across a gate, one of those big iron gates, then you'll be required to surrender your weapons to enter or face death, apparently.
I simply have my dagger on me, so
yes, we're fine yes, outside the wall, the inner walls. That's these little sections here, pointing out on the map.
Gotcha. Okay, you know that's beautiful. Don't wear purple. I don't think I'm wearing purple. Well, I think I'm just.
And then you have no reason to be concerned.
Okay, perfect.
Yes. All right, moving on. The three of us are heading off to the plaza over here.
All right.
Unless somebody else wants to take lead with RP stuff.
Lloyd leads. Which one?
Usopp.
What's the character? Usopp.
Mm-hmm.
Into the back of the Coliseum.
All right. So you head back into the building you were just at. There you see the kind of middle-aged Imperial man who you just met with. It's you again. Come to change your mind, have you? Got scared?
No. I don't get scared easily. It's gonna be a fight that one of my traveling companions wants to join in a fight as well against some beasts.
This fella, the scrawny-looking one.
Hey, don't judge a book by its cover now.
I guess that is what they say. Fine. Man or beast?
Beast, just to get the crowds warmed up.
Interesting. Very well. Could I get your name?
Usopp Bakerson.
Usopp. Interesting. And what weapons do you fight with?
Simply a dagger and my magic.
Magic wielder, I see. Very well. Yes, we'll have you facing off against a beast. Don't worry, if things get a little too heated, we'll have one of our wranglers go in and pull you out before you get completely mauled. Of course, we'll pay you. I'll give you, let's see, 100 gold pieces for this fight.
If I win?
No, just for competing.
Okay.
The beast doesn't win anything, so.
Of course. I simply expect to ramp up the crowd before the big fight.
Just make sure you put on a good show for us.
Oh, believe me, it will be excellent.
All right. Well, the arena show will start at 4, so make sure you're here in time for that.
Of course.
Very well. Do you have any further questions for me?
Of course. Is there any way to know about the beast beforehand, or is that secret?
Oh, it'll be a nice little surprise for you.
I love it.
Lloyd just decides to slide in a cheeky remark of, watches it suddenly a dragon somehow.
A dragon. Now that would be an interesting fight.
Oh.
If only we could get one here.
All right. I will see you. I will arrive early at 4 then and be ready for the fight.
Very well. Make sure you're back here in this building. We'll show you where you need to go.
Okay. And of course, you will be providing me with a blunted dagger, I do presume.
Yes, that's true. But of course, we prefer that you don't kill the beast. But strictly, it isn't a requirement. Unlike the fights against fellow humans, or I should say fellow sapients, fighting against one of these beasts, if you were to accidentally kill the creature, that is considered acceptable.
I will try not to kill your valuable merchandise.
Yes. Good. If only there were everyone here would learn from that. And then he sort of glares over at one of the people who are training.
Oh no.
Of course.
Very well. Make sure you're back here at by 4.
Thank you. I might just stay in the arena. You say the fights all together start at 4, correct?
Yes, the first fight will be at 4, which will be you. And then we'll have a few more fights. And then the final fight against the champion.
Oh, you got someone stupid enough to go against the champion?
There's always one.
Good to hear. And I just kind of give Lloyd a little nudge.
Lloyd just goes.
They're one day gonna kill each other. That's how this is gonna go.
No. It's Brickful that wants to kill Lloyd. They just have a friendly rivalry.
True.
All right, that's all. I'm done with everything. So I will probably stay around the area and then just come back at 4.
Okay.
I have nothing else to do, so that's me.
All right. Let's go back to Greenspell.
Okay. Good timing. I just got back from using the restroom. So, what do we see going into the plaza?
Yeah, so it's sort of a nice little area where they have like a fountain, and then surrounding that there's a lot of people who have set up tents. So in the middle there's like a little fountain where people are bringing out like jars and things and filling up drinking water. And around that there are tons of vendors, people who are selling food mostly, but also just random items, anything you can think of. This is sort of like an open air market.
Is there an herbalism shop of some kind?
Yeah, you could find somebody who's selling. Are you looking for herbs or are you looking for potions?
Herbs.
Yeah, I think that there's probably somebody who's selling like local herbs. You sort of look around at the various tents and you find some like a local farmer who's got some random some herbs on sale. What are you looking for?
Something that can be used to craft whatchamacallit.
Sorry, I didn't mean to post that.
Sorry. Like potion ingredients, I guess you would call it.
Which potions?
Let's see. Not healing potions. Potions of. I'm thinking. That's a good question. Intermission. Hang on.
Okay.
I just look up what potions that can be made.
I should be 2.
Oh, okay. How about sorry, not potions. How about teas? Like, my apologies, I didn't mean potions.
Oh, teas? Yeah. Yeah, I think that there would be there's like mint they would have, as well as probably just some random like local herbs, like willow bark teas, some that are like medicinal, some that are just for drinking. Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to buy a couple. Are they sold like by the weight, or are they sold in like a little prepackaged, like a bag or some kind of like or
I think
paper?
they probably have like little bags of the leaves itself.
Okay.
Um,
How much would it cost to buy a few bags of tea leaves?
um, like a local tea or like an imported tea?
Like a local, like something local.
Something local, that would be pretty cheap, probably. Like like 2 silver, maybe.
Okay. Each.
I would say total.
Okay.
I'm imagining like mint or something that this
Or
is probably
something
just
like a local
a
special, like a local specialty.
yeah, like
Something.
this is probably just like an herb that a farmer has been growing, kind of
Okay.
just as like in a little garden as like a side vegetable kind of thing.
Sure.
So they're probably not super expensive.
Right. For 2 silver, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go ahead and put that down. And how about something for seasickness?
Ooh, for seasickness.
Not for me, of course, but for one of my companions.
Yeah, let's see. So I think you look around and I would say that there's somebody has like a local herb for seasickness. Yeah. Um it probably would taste like it's like black licorice or something.
Oof.
Ooh,
Well,
Janet.
so it would be like
I
wormwood or something,
I like
or
black licorice personally.
or anise.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
more than aniseed.
Yeah, sure. Anise. Why not? It would probably be like 4 silver or something for a bag.
Okay, and I'll buy that. And I ask the vendor what's the best way to prepare it.
He says to for that particular one, you want to make sure that you get some nice fresh water. You want to put it into the water, and you got to make sure to boil it for 15 minutes. Now it has to be exactly 15 minutes. Then you need to take out the leaves, and you're good to go.
What happens if you overcook it?
Tastes terrible.
And if I undercook it?
Tastes terrible.
Well, that was helpful.
Such believably helpful advice. I could
Can
never
I do an
guess.
insight check to see if this guy is telling me the truth?
Yeah, go for it. I think Dollar Machin will do. Oh, nice, and that one.
And
Yeah,
Dollar Matsum can do the same. Yeah.
Yeah, Dollar Machin totally would do an insight check. He loves doing these.
Yeah, I'll do it. Does he have the same? I'll just do another one for him.
I got it.
Oh, there you go.
Okay,
25.
Dollar Machin got a 25. Okay. It seems like he's telling the truth about it tasting terrible. It seems like he doesn't really know what he's talking about as far as whether or not the tea works, but to actually stop you from getting sick.
So,
but it does taste terrible.
So Dollar Matsum thinks that I may have gotten swindled.
Perhaps, yeah. Dollar Machin kind of laughs to himself, but he doesn't say anything.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Let's see. Hang on.
I would also say, as you're out in the market, here with Joshua and Dollar Machin, you notice that Eric, who the taxi man who seems to be loyal to Dollar Machin for some reason, sort of brings up a letter to Dollar Machin. And Dollar Machin looks over to you, Greenspell, and he says, I've got some personal business to take care of. Shouldn't be more than a few days, I hope. If you guys leave the city before I do, I'll be sure to head back to Crown Point and meet you.
Very well. Travel safely.
And with that, he heads off into the city.
And we never saw them. Like, no, just kidding. All right.
He might be back for a session.
They were never
sometime.
heard from again.
Yep. Yes, he slipped on a bar of soap and broke his neck and died. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. All
That's
right. Damn it.
It would have been really funny though.
I mean, that's what you get if you were like a nat 1 on like an athletics check or an acrobatics check. Okay, so is there a magic shop or any kind of like?
Yeah, I think you can find. Are you looking for like
magical items?
Yeah.
Artifacts. Would that be in the plaza, or would that be like near where the jeweler is?
You think that there are a few people who are selling magical items here in the market, but if you can't find something here, maybe the jeweler will have it.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, I walk up to one of the street vendors that appears to be selling magical-based items.
All right.
So,
what are you looking for?
Let's see. I'm just browsing, if you will. Tell me about some of your wares.
Yes. Let's see. I've got this sword, magic sword, crafted in a distant land. They say it's got the sharpest edge of any sword in the entire world. I'd be willing to part with it for just 1,000 gold pieces.
I'm not really one to use a sword. Let's see.
I see. Well, I do have let's see, and he sort of looks through his things. I have this ring. It's said to help deflect attacks. Perhaps this would be useful to you, adventurer.
May I inspect it, please?
Yes, of course. He hands it to you, and it you see, it's a ring that's like the size of a human, but when you pick it up and hold it, it sort of shrinks down to be the right size for your hand.
Okay. I'm gonna do a. Come on.
Nice.
They rolled that one.
How?
Twice in a row.
So this, you're not sure what it is, but based on what he's saying, it kind of sounds like a ring of protection.
Can I look over to Joshua and ask if he thinks this is legit?
That's true. Yeah, Joshua, you know that he's a magic user.
Yes.
I'll take a look at it for you, bud. He takes it. See what he gets. Is it?
He's trying to do everything he can to avoid getting swindled again.
Who said I was swindled?
Let's see. 14. He says, I think this is probably a ring of protection.
How much are you asking for it, sir?
Just for you, I'll give it to you. Normally I wouldn't make this deal, but just for you, just because I like you, I'll give it to you for 4,000 gold pieces.
Ooh! I give him back the ring, and I'm like, "What do you take me for, sir?" I'm sorry.
Hold on now. Now I could lower that price. Let's do say 3,750.
He laughs. I just laugh. I'm like, well,
3,500.
I don't think so.
Well, it's your loss, friend.
I suppose. Well, let me ask you this then. What do you have in the clearance section, if you will?
The clearance section,
or something that's a little bit more light on the wallet, if you have anything of that nature.
Let's see. Something light on the wallet.
Expensive.
4,000 gold pieces. Jesus. I mean, I know with D&D that's a lot of money.
That's true.
But I know it's not unreasonable per se.
Yeah.
just for a random street vendor to have a ring that's worth 4,000 gold. Okay. There's a little suspension of disbelief. That's all.
I mean, or it's a fake, and he was just
Or
trying
it's a
to scam you.
that's true. It could be a fake. I did roll a nat 1 in Arcana, so I have no idea if this is even a real ring or not.
Let's see.
For all I know, he could be selling me just a gold-plated piece of tin.
I mean, also, even if it is real, this doesn't necessarily mean it was a good price.
That too, yeah, that's true. I don't know much. My character doesn't know much about in terms of magical items and what their true value is.
Let's see.
Well, while he's doing that,
do you happen to be an archer, sir?
I've been known to use a bow once in a while.
Well, I have these bracers. You place them on your arms. It's said to make you a much better archer.
If I may.
Yes.
I hold out my. Are they?
Hands them over to you.
What do I see?
They're like leather bracers. They sort of shrink down just like the ring did to fit you.
Is there any metal in them?
Doesn't seem to be.
Okay. What's your price for these?
Well, I'd be willing to part with these for, let's say, 2,000 gold pieces.
I just laugh again. Well, I think we're done here. Thank you for your time.
Wait, that's a negotiable price, you know.
Well, unless you're willing to come down to, say, 500 gold pieces, I think we're done here.
500. Well, let's see if I have something else that's potentially in your price range. He sort of looks.
I look over it. While he's going back, I look over to Joshua and it's like, I kind of give him the art, like, are you getting this? Look like.
Joshua just shrugs his shoulders.
I kind of like look at him, ask like, is this even like a fair price for something like that? Like, does he know? Does he have any idea?
Joshua's he's doing the like he's like moving his hand over his neck, the like don't buy kind of thing.
So just don't bother. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, while that's going on, can I just like try to like walk away without the shopkeeper noticing me leaving?
Yeah, go
for it. Stealth check.
Stealth check. Yeah.
A 9.
9. Okay. You sort of start to move away, but then you realize that you're still wearing the bracers.
I didn't. Back. Oh.
So then you take them off and then try and like quietly place them back onto the table. And then as you do that, he notices and he says, "Oh, I've got just the thing for you. 500 gold pieces exactly. There's this. It's a necklace that will allow you to cast a large fireball. This is certainly be something useful for an adventurer such as yourself."
Okay. Insight roll. 14.
14. Okay. This guy seems sleazy.
All right. I look at him and I kind of like wave my hand like, I appreciate your time, but I think I have somewhere I need to be, if you'll excuse me. And I start to walk away.
He sort of starts to shout after you, but then as you walk away, he just turns to someone else to start trying to get them to come over to the stall.
Okay. I look over and I'm assuming Joshua's following me.
Yeah.
What was wrong with that guy, Josh?
Well, I've heard that they say that the Dustrugians speak with a bit of an accent when we head out into the other parts of the Empire. He probably knew that you're a foreigner, or well, not a foreigner, but not from here anyway.
Yes, he was trying. Yes, he certainly was trying to take me for a ride. It seemed like.
Yeah, well, that's you get that sometimes with these people. They want to take advantage of anyone they can.
What a sad life. Oh, okay. Well, let's head over towards the jeweler. Maybe I think that part of town will probably be a bit more reputable.
Yes, perhaps.
All right, so let's head over to the jewelers.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. In the meantime, is anybody else doing anything?
Yeah, sure, go for it. Anyone else?
What time is it?
It is
Um,
8:43.
In game.
No, I'm talking in game.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
looking at my laptop that has a literal clock that I can look at just to see the time.
Let's see. It's probably like 2:30 maybe.
Okay.
I'm definitely staying in the arena and
Right.
just kind of browsing.
Yeah, you see some people who are starting to show up early. People are
looking-
already like betting, placing bets and
Maybe you
stuff.
can look at the training grounds actually.
Yeah, they have. There are a few people kind of hanging around
Lloyd
from the
follows.
training grounds. They've set up like like an archery, like a little archery range, and they also have like a few dummies set up. There's some people kind of sparring as well.
And then I'll just kind of sit back and watch. See if I can, especially if I can clock the what's his name?
Oh, the champion there.
Just if I can see if I can clock anyone that looks like a champion.
Right. Yeah.
And
So
just
you
kind of see if I can watch him.
you see that there are a few people sparring, who don't really look they look kind of green to you, by the way that they're moving. They don't look like they're super athletic, I guess. Roll insight for me to see if
Of
you.
course.
It's my favorite role. Well, that and intimidation.
Yeah.
Give me 2 seconds to find insight.
Wait, do I know Zone of Truth?
There we go.
Oh, hang on.
All right. Yeah, I think
I doubt-
there's
hang on,
like there's this guy who's
No, I don't. Okay.
who's kind of standing over in the corner, and he's real quiet, and you think that guy's got to be the champion. He's too cool to not be the champion. You got that guy pegged as being the champion.
Okay, no worries. I'm just kind of chilling and watching and seeing how well these fighters are trained, I guess.
Yeah, it seems like the ones that you're watching spar right now are not super experienced. It seems like they don't have very many experienced fighters.
Starting out. That would explain why they took a champion so early. That makes sense. A champion fight, I should say.
All right.
How do you spell how do you spell his name? Her name, I mean?
There's.
Not
Are you talking about
Can Lloyd walk up to the champion?
the guy who banned?
Wait,
the
so
guy who Usopp thinks is a champion?
yeah, you'd
Or,
have to like acknowledge with me because I'm just kind of watching.
Yeah.
Lloyd,
Since training Aaron goes sister. Oh, Usopp. It's USSOP.
Yep.
USSOP. Okay. I spelled that
Usopp.
completely wrong.
No worries.
I asked how it was spelled, and no one heard me apparently. So
I heard you say.
How do you
How do you
spell her name?
spell- Yeah, I didn't know who you were talking about.
So does Usopp's a guy?
oh,
That's true.
I have been
okay.
misgendering them the entire time.
Did you just assume my gender?
Yeah. Yep.
gender bent. Let's go.
If
Yeah,
this
That's
is
what
Usopp,
happened.
it's
it's
fine.
Rule 35, I think. Or I forget which one exactly, but yeah.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking.
Not the other one.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Are you
Anyway,
familiar
moving on.
with the rules of the internet? It's a really old.
Really old thing.
I know.
Okay.
I know Rule 34.
Okay, then that's the one that's most
That's
known.
the only one that I know. That's the only one that I've heard of anyway.
That's probably the most famous one.
Yeah.
No, the most famous would probably be 69. And do
not
not
Rule
look it up if you don't know
69.
it.
Rule 69. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Let me see if I can find. I think it. Let me see if I can find. Sorry. While you guys are doing it, yeah, you guys can do your thing while you're.
I think if there's something, there's going to be something out of it with the opposite gender.
Yeah, that's the one. Rule
Yep.
63. Rule
Lloyd-
63.
83.
63. For every
63.
given male character, there is a female version of that character. Oh,
Somewhere on
and
the
there is
internet.
always porn of that character, of course.
Yep, of course. That
I mean,
leads directly into Rule 34.
yeah.
Exactly. And then Rule 35 on top of that.
Yes.
I hope you know the 69 thing was a joke, but
No, this is literally I think
that is a
says
rule.
here. That is literally says here, Rule 69. Nice.
Nice.
Like that's an actual thing.
Yeah. You gotta say nice when you hear 69.
Exactly. Just for the record, this came from 4chan from like the
Yeah.
early 2000s.
oh
Yeah.
god.
So
Sounds
long
about
ago.
right.
20 something years ago. Yeah. Just to give you a sense of what kind of mindset we're dealing with here.
Yeah, that's where we come. That's our generation.
Yeah.
Remember how bad? Like, remember when TF2 cheaters were going to 4chan to complain about it, and even they don't want them complaining there?
Sure. I
No, I
guess. I
don't.
don't remember that happening.
It sounds like 4chan. They're like, no, we don't even want you.
I
4chan was such an interesting space.
I've heard it's certainly an interesting it's an interesting place is the best way to put it.
know it's an
I've never
interesting
used it.
place, but like, and it sounds like something that would have happened, but like, I'm not sure what you're talking about.
There's a game called Team Fortress 2,
Mhm.
and for the longest time, there was bots infesting it, and like people trying to ruin the game and hosting like bots just to ruin casual servers in TF2 until Valve finally decided to get off their feet and started banning all these things, and then the cheaters went to 4chan to complain about it, and the 4chan people just went like, "We don't even want you. Go fuck off."
Yeah.
Also, can I finally walk up to the champ now?
Oh, you don't know who the champion is?
Do I have
You'd
to
have
roll perception?
Yeah, you're gonna have to roll like I did. I think I know who the champion is, but I'm just watching.
You'll have to roll an insight.
Oh no, not insight.
Yes, insight.
I am not gonna have this. I have a -1. I am gonna lose this.
12. Okay. So yeah, I think you and Usopp probably agree with. I mean, you don't know that you agree because you haven't talked about it. But you see the two people who are fighting, who are like sparring, and you think these two, they look completely inexperienced. That these guys aren't the champions. And you see the guy who looks somewhat older and a little bit more grizzled and maybe a little more experienced, who's kind of sitting off in the corner, kind of glaring over at them, and you think that guy's got to be the champion. So you're gonna head over to him and try talking to him.
Yes.
All right.
Lloyd walks up to him before greeting him. Hello. Are you the champion?
Be back.
He you see he kind of like scowls at you. Is that a joke?
No, sir. I wasn't trying to be rude.
Yeah. You and all the others.
You seem bitter towards people. Or am I wrong about that?
I wonder why. Listen, you must be new here. No one wins against a champion.
Even if I don't win, he'll still be an interesting learning experience. I'll see where I make mistakes and where I can improve.
Yeah. Well, learning experiences don't pay the bills.
Doesn't hurt to just try. Ian, go out your comfort zone and just try it once. You know?
Well, whatever you say, kid.
Either way, I'm looking forward to our match. Win or lose. May the best man win.
I'm not the champion.
Oh.
What? Did you seriously think I was?
Well, considering how green the other opponents look, kinda.
Ah. Well. At least I don't look like a total fool then. Listen, I'm sorry for snapping at you, but I've never once won against a champion. I've fought against him many times, but I'm a little bit bitter about it, I guess you could say. Not sure where he is, their ass. It's not around here at the moment, though.
I can understand people being bitter about losses. Have I ever... There's this one dwarf I've constantly sparred, and despite him using 2 axes, one of them I think magical, I managed to beat him every single time.
Have we
Nice.
accidentally created a storyline?
And so you think that you're some kind of prodigy then, do you?
Well,
Well.
not exactly a prodigy, but definitely getting there. I want to at least try.
Have you ever considered the fact that perhaps this dwarf friend of yours might just not be very good?
He chuckles a bit. Don't let him hear you say that. He will take that personally, as well as go into an entire barrel of beer if
I don't
he
doubt it.
even hears that.
Listen, that's just how those dwarves are. Not a single one of them's a good fighter, I say. And they're all bitter as can be. Always down there in the bars, getting drunk all day. That's all they're good for.
Can Luna listen into this conversation, please?
I think you said I think you typed. You went over and walked away with me. So
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah, I did. Never mind. So we're not even close to this
Wait, well,
conversation.
I mean,
you could be close enough.
is Usopp's in the training area, so you're with Usopp,
Yeah.
so he's in the
So-
training area.
You could
You're-
probably overhear it.
Yeah.
God. She kind of
Yeah, so I say you probably over here.
Is Lloyd trying to... Is the one person trying to make sure he makes a public enemy with being racist? Like, she's kind of whispering it.
Sounds like
Lloyd
it.
just shakes his head. So you're one of those people, huh?
What do you mean?
Look, you shouldn't judge someone just because of their species, you know?
You're not one of them dwarf lovers, are you?
I wouldn't say I'm exactly a dwarf lover.
Got a dwarf
But
lady back at your house with a giant beard? Disgusting.
Lloyd just looks at him, just going like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Could Luna just walk up and go, just grab Lloyd and then pull him away from this, like, conversation? And would
Okay.
Lloyd let Luna do it?
Yeah, you're gonna
No.
fight back, Lloyd? You're gonna let yourself be pulled away?
Lloyd is just
Lloyd's kind of
looking at him, just
Luna's kind of giving Lloyd a come here look, but that she's not actually gonna pull him. Like, she's pretty
Lloyd
saying
just
this is
goes
not worth
like,
it. This ain't worth it.
Lloyd just comments, I just learned when you're a hybrid between a elf and a human, you kind of learn to respect all kinds of cultures. Maybe you should try it sometime instead of being an uncivilized brute.
Uncivilized. Yeah. Well, go back to Elfland, you little fairy.
Little fairy, huh? I don't see myself getting down in spirits.
Listen, you're the one that came over here and started talking to me.
Fair enough. I pray this be our last one before he walks off.
Okay.
Dang. Oh god.
Yeah, you're rolling insight on the guy?
He's
Me?
Or no,
lucky
that was from
Luna
Thor,
was
never mind.
like kind of away from that.
Does Lloyd join Usopp? Or
Yeah,
do you
he
go
walks
somewhere
back
else?
to the others.
Okay, he walks
Okay.
back to Usopp and Luna.
Yeah, Usopp and Luna. Like, find anything interesting?
Well, I found an infantile pillar, if that's what you mean.
I'm sorry, the insults again.
No worries. Don't let him get under your skin. There's always going to be those like that.
He's lucky that I
Yeah.
have self-restraint. If I was allowed to, I probably would have drawn my rapier on him.
And what would that have gotten you?
Well,
Kicked out of the arena?
unless
Kicked out of the fight?
that's the reason why I said if I was allowed to.
So, it's a good thing you have a good head on your shoulders. Ignore him.
Lloyd looks at Luna before asking, "Are you okay?"
Luna just looks at Lloyd and goes, Lloyd? You recognize that I am part dragon? I'm more trying to stop myself. Because I'm also pretty sure Green Spell would not approve of me doing it. What I'm thinking.
I will say in Draconic,
I've
real quick, Titan leashes you two.
Wait, what?
Restrain yourself.
He also speaks in Draconic, just
I
going
can't.
like, "Ache. Let me guess. You probably want to cook that guy, considering the fact that you're trying to hold back the urge to breathe out fire. Am I right?"
When this is a full, apparently a full conversation in Draconic then. Yes.
Yep.
Yes, and let Lady Rogan Shogun smite him.
Oh.
I'm
But where would that get us? A fight with the city? A fight with the guards?
true. That's why I'm not doing it.
Yes.
But Rogan Shogun
Let us
is
sit
also
back
a
and
god of
watch.
electricity.
Let us not hinder our comrades on such an important mission when we came here for fun. Sit back, watch, enjoy.
Luna says
And watch
this-
these two. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Luna, it's fine. I kind of interrupted there. So go ahead. Luna, we'll talk second.
I will just say, watch these newbies. Look at their footwork. You can see they're learning, but they have a long way to go.
Luna says in Draconic that she just simply nods. She nods to what she said. She does tell them in Draconic that if they hear a song, it is which song it is and what the song means. So if they hear it in the middle of a crowd, if she's loud enough.
Okay. And then I'll also look at.
Pretty much, it's a chant type of song.
Okay. And then I'll look at Lloyd and be like, watch closely on my match. I'll show you what I can really do.
Looking forward to it.
I look forward to yours. I hope you don't get squashed too bad.
Either way, it's going to be a learning experience.
And a learning experience it will be.
Oh, jeez. Sorry, I zoned out for a second. All right.
What, did you make the champion excessively overpowered?
You'll find out.
Probably.
All right. Well,
Yeah, so all right. What are you guys doing? Are you just gonna kind of kill time?
I'm
you
killing
run
time
would-
until my time.
well, I was going to head over to the jeweler's shop and see if they have some more reputable magic
Ah.
dealers.
Luna goes
Yes,
sits in the
alright.
stands, by the way.
Okay. Yep. The stands are open. You do have to buy a ticket, so it'll be 5 gold pieces for an adult. You don't count as.
Wait, is
You have to pay. You have to pay 5.
Gold.
So
you
real
have to
quick,
pay 5 gold pieces. Yeah.
real quick, I'll toss you 5 gold pieces and be like, come watch.
There you go.
Wait, so she
Give me
gave.
2 seconds.
Wait, so she gave Luna 5 gold pieces.
But yes.
He gave. Okay, so Luna has 9 gold pieces. Right now. Okay, I'm
So,
sorry.
You can spend it. No worries. No, I'm not offended. I get misgendered all the time in real life because I have really long hair. It does not bother me at all. Like old people will come up to the restaurant and be like, "Oh, look at how good she's doing," and I'm like, "I'm just not gonna even bother with this."
It's funny.
Okay.
that honestly reminds me of a lot of my childhood because when people first looked at me, especially because I used to have a much higher pitched voice, they just saw me, just instantly thought, "Oh, it's a she, isn't they? Aren't
Yeah,
they?"
yeah, I get it all the time. And I have really long hair, and this is down to my back. It's really thin, but it's really long. So everyone's just like, "Oh, it's a girl."
That is how it works.
It is how it works.
Men are incapable of having long hair, don't you know?
Yeah.
well, unless you're Jason Momoa, then
Yeah, that's true.
Unless you're a video game character, then you can have very long hair as a guy.
Or
I mean, look at
Jesus.
freaking Sephiroth.
that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, but that's
Look at Zero.
but that's
Oh.
Japanese though. In an American video game culture, that's the kind of stuff that gets you beat up in alleys.
Yeah, we're talking about rural Idaho here, so we're talking rural.
Yeah, they're the man's men out there. There's the no.
Oh, are you from Idaho?
I am.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Local Idaho man.
we don't get a lot of news out here because no one does anything ever.
That's fair.
Ever. It doesn't matter if the crazy people do things all the time, but it doesn't make the news because Idaho's just like another crazy person.
Oh well.
I love that.
All right.
Does Luna seem like she has anger issues, or does she seem...
I think she just likes to burn things. She's a bit
I
of an
think it
arsonist.
likes to burn things.
I
Yeah.
I think
Or is she just a...
I think pyromaniac is probably a more accurate term.
Yeah, that's true.
Arsonist implies that she's doing it
Criminal. Yeah.
criminally.
that's
Yeah,
true.
I'm assuming.
Well,
All right.
she's
Well,
not doing it criminally. No, she just likes watching things burn.
yeah. So you're a pyromaniac.
Pyromaniac.
Okay, so but
Meanwhile,
would you guys say she has anger issues or not? As of
Well,
right now.
borderline.
That's between you and your therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Void
Okay.
probably doesn't have anger issues, but there is certain things that just kind of sets him off.
Yeah.
So grief counselor.
If you know
check.
which specific buttons to press.
You mean which specific buttons?
I think Pacific's
Yeah.
an ocean.
Yeah, that's right.
Void,
It is a
Void,
Pacific Ocean.
English is hard. I am,
Okay.
I am
I'm
on
not
the
trying to-
spectrum.
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just wanted to make sure that you're aware that that's what it sounds like. Like
Yeah.
you like it doesn't bother me. It's just like you do know that that's what you're saying, right? And it's like
Yeah. So I have someone at work who says "while" like whale, and it bugs the shit out of me. And not in a way. I'm just like, "Are you sure you're saying while?" And they're like, "Yeah, whale,
Whale?
That's funny.
whale."
all right.
Well, how's it going? I don't know why I'm
Exactly.
speaking in a southern accent.
It's pretty much. It's like, like, "Are you sure you're not saying this right? Are you sure?"
Okay. I'm not trying to be. Do I find?
Going to the jeweler.
Sure. We'll go in the. What time in game is probably like 3 o'clock or so.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So. All right then.
How
So
much
go
is
into the
this?
jeweler's shop.
You see, it's sort of like like an older looking dwarf kind of tending to the jewelry. What are you looking for?
Hang on, I'm going to get a drink real quick.
Let's see here. I have 500 gold pieces, and I'm looking for something magical. What kind of? Do you have any items like that?
Let me see. Sort of looks through his items.
Oh, and one other thing I should mention to you.
Mhm.
There cannot be any metal in it, or if there is, it has, or if it is, it can't be something I could wear, like, if you will, if that makes sense. I come from a druidic background, you see, and one of the core rules is we're never allowed to wear metal armor.
So no metal rings, no metal
Well,
necklaces, anything of that sort.
if it provides any kind of armor, then no, unfortunately.
I see.
Yes. Sorry. I'm sure that's you don't get that very often.
That is true, but
Back-
it's
I personally don't get it, but who am I? Who am I to judge the ways of old?
Let's see. What kind of jewelry does he have? It would be magical. I think he probably doesn't have anything that would be like below $500 that is magical.
Okay.
I don't
Alright.
think so. Let's see.
Okay.
He would have. So he does have a necklace of fireballs.
A necklace of what?
Fireballs.
And what does it do?
Cast fireballs. It consumes.
And how?
You have little beads, little like orange beads that you throw, and it casts the spell fireball.
And how many beads are on this necklace?
Only one. And it's 350.
A single one. Okay.
And
Can I roll persuasion to see if I can convince him to let it go for, say, 315?
Go for it. 19? Yeah. He'll sell it to you for 350. 15.
No, 315.
Yeah, 315. That's what I
Okay,
said.
so 6 9. Now it's time to do math. All right. 3
Oh, I think I fucked something up.
378. Okay. So, all right. Well, thank you, kind sir.
Oh wait, actually, this one I was wrong. It has 2 beads.
Oh, that has 2 beads. Okay. Can I also want to do one more thing?
Okay.
Hopefully, I get better luck.
7. Are you just checking
just-
to make sure?
It's legit. Yeah. Josh,
It seems
Josh-
legit.
Josh, what do you think?
Okay, you showed over to Josh. Yeah, it seems legit to you. Let's see what Josh has to say. 16. Okay. Yeah, he looks it over and he's like, yeah, this is a pretty standard kind of necklace. Seems perfectly legit to me.
Okay.
Perfectly legitimate.
Okay.
The dwarf happily takes your money, hands you the bead. This necklace has they're like two little orange yellowy beads that you can see it looks like there's a fire blazing on the inside of them. They're sort of mesmerizing to watch.
Are they? Would you say they're small enough that I could put it like instead of a necklace? Could I tie it around my wrist?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that instead. So, is it one long piece or is it like 2 ends that you tie together? Or just make up something if you don't know.
Yeah, 2 ends that you tie together. Sure.
Okay, then, because if you didn't do that, I was just gonna take like a knife and like cut it and like tie it so that way it's on my wrist instead of dangling by my neck. So we'll just say, for brevity's sake, I take the 2 ends and I sort of fashion a knot, and it's, instead of being a necklace, it is now a wristlet,
Right.
whatever.
Wristlet.
Yeah.
Bracelet. It's a bracelet.
All right. Does anybody want to do anything else before the tournament starts?
Well, I'm gonna head back towards the arena, and I'm also gonna see if I can get a seat. Josh,
Okay.
would you like to? Are you coming?
Yeah, I'll join you.
Okay.
All right.
So
as you get up there, there's like a ticket man. It's 5 gold pieces.
okay.
Joshua hands over. He has a small bit of money. He'll hand over 5 gold pieces for himself.
Okay, and I will also give him 5 gold pieces.
Luna kind of waves them down.
Where are we in the Coliseum? Are we in the mezzanine, or are we up in the front row?
Yeah, where are we supposed to be sitting?
Yeah, what does 5 gold pieces get us?
5 gold pieces. I think probably not the very front row.
So we're in the mezzanine, or in the middle, second row.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
So yeah,
that's fine.
Luna kind of waved them down.
Okay. Are they selling any? This might be an odd question, but are they selling any kind of I mean, I hate to put turn this into a mod, any kind of souvenirs, like the foam fingers, or any kind of
Yeah, they have. I think they have. They don't have popcorn, but they have puffed wheat.
No, not like food. I mean well, because I'm trying to do something something that has their ass's name on it, or something that have the banners, or
oh yeah,
they
probably have some banners, maybe.
Okay. I'd like to go buy a banner then.
Okay, sure. 5 silver.
All right, I'll take it.
Yeah, they have these large banners. What are those what are those trumpet things that they have in
Bugle?
no, that they had in the soccer matches, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, kazoos?
I don't know what they're called. I just remember hearing that soccer match from a while back where it was all you could hear was just
Those, no, I know what you're talking about now.
A French horn?
No, it's something super simple, but I can't remember the name for it.
Is it an air horn? Oh, there it is. It's a stadium horn. The vuvuzela.
I think it's the vuvuzela. Yeah.
Yeah,
they have some of those too.
I'm just gonna get the banner.
Question:
Uh-huh. Yes.
I'm
Yes, yes, yes.
going to play the. Did it sound like this?
That's an air horn.
Yeah,
It's
that's
an
an
air horn. So they're like they're like kazoos, but louder.
Yeah, yeah, basically.
So you just like it takes no skill to play them. You just
Yeah.
woo into them, and
Yeah.
it goes. Woo.
Yeah, they're just like a little plastic horn-looking thing.
Yeah, like it's not an instrument in the sense of a.
I don't know. I just remember it's been a while back. I don't watch soccer, but I remember seeing on the internet people were like goofing on the soccer match where it was like all you could hear was just the sound of the vuvuzelas. Yeah. All right. Okay, so you guys get up in your seats. Greenspell, you find a Theras banner. Yes, that's exactly it.
Yeah, there we go. How do I do this? I want to see this. Hold on.
All right.
Hi, Ted here with Fizz Word of Mouth Marketing with your World Cup lesson for today, blowing of the Vuvuzela. First, make sure you have a really great
Can hear it.
Apparently, it's very popular in South Africa.
Very important. South African flag is key. Secondly, take your lower lip and tuck it underneath your upper lip, and then blow.
There it is.
Really good seal between this piece.
I thought it'd be deeper.
Really long one. Put your feet together. Rock back.
Wow.
Well, imagine that times 100,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm messing that.
All right. Fight time.
All right. So you guys are you're in your seats. You're waving your Theras flag?
Yeah, I'm like waving my. Has Lloyd entered the arena yet?
No, we got to do we'll be doing Usopp first.
Oh well, I'm just gonna hold off my banner then for now.
Okay. That's funny. Okay, so
I think you see where I'm going with this.
yeah.
Good. Okay.
It gets to be a little bit before 4. So Usopp, they sort of come out and they direct you into the arena. All right, let's get that going. You guys are able to see that, right?
Yep.
All right, so go ahead and put down your character.
Boop.
All right, so you walk into the arena. You see the cheering crowds. Let me get the cheering crowds. Wow, there they are.
How big is the arena by?
I mean,
Chance.
imagine the Colosseum, and it's about that big.
Like the one in Rome.
Yeah.
Okay. Good size then.
Yeah, pretty big. I mean, this is the capital of a large empire, so.
Yes.
Yeah, now you have a crowd.
Nice.
Okay. So the crowd kind of cheers as you come in. You see down in the lower seats there are some. It's a mix of like a few commoners, but there are some of the like wealthier, more like artisans in the type. And above them is kind of like the general riffraff. And there's a big booth at the top, which has in it some of the council fathers who are here to watch the arena. Looks like just a few of them have come to watch for today. And they're going to let in the creature. So
Do we
you
have
see.
sorry.
Do
they have like two funny like commentators who are just in the booth, like giving color commentary? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's like
it's like the ancient version of ESPN.
I was thinking of like yeah, exactly, kind of. It's like in the Phantom Menace, the two guys that are up there in the pod race.
Like the
the alien with the two heads.
Oh, yeah. Like the Viceroy and Newt Gunray.
I don't know his name.
Yeah, those two. They look. Yeah, those guys. Okay, I got you. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
So you see a large bear-like creature with the head of an owl. It comes out, and as he comes out, the crowd lets out a cheer. So go ahead and roll initiative.
I think it's safe to say that the stadium is like around 80 feet from end to end.
From you mean where the actual sand is, or do you mean the seating?
Yeah, this where the
The
sand is.
Probably. Well, actually, I mean, I can just measure it. 80.
Yeah.
I was spot on.
Yeah. All right, Usopp. This is getting out of hand.
That's
Getting
those
out of
guys there,
hand.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anyway,
Now there are two of them.
All right.
This is getting
So-
out of hand. Now there are two of them.
Exactly.
I'm going to start battle because I go first with a meta magic twin spell lightning bolt.
All right.
Because I can. Hold on, let me make sure this is showing up properly. Okay, so with lightning bolt, what level do I want to cast it at? I can do it at level 4.
Okay.
And I'm twin spelling this.
All right. And then so it needs to make a dexterity saving throw. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That go? Nope. Come on. Okay, got a nat 1. Nice.
I think you have to roll again, right?
For each one, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Wow, 2 nat 1. Is it?
Yeah.
Did I really just get unlucky, or is that?
yeah. No, it got.
Okay, I did. Wow.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty then.
2 nat 1s. Very awesome.
So that's gonna be 8 plus 1 because I cast a 4. So that's gonna be Jesus. That's 16d6.
All right,
No.
you might just kill it instantly.
Hold on. Hold on. I think that's plus 2. 18d6. Because at higher levels it increases it by 1d6. And I cast it at 4 level and meta magic twinned it. I don't know if that's how it works.
Yeah, so you'd cast it twice, so it would be, what is it?
So it's at 4th level.
So it's 8d6 base.
Plus 1d6, so it's 9d6, so that should be 18.
Yeah, I think that's right.
18d6. Do you want me to roll that, or? Do you want me to roll that, or?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Okay, so how do I do that again? Slash R?
Yeah, /R space 18.
18d6. 60. I just kill it. I'm sorry.
I want you to know that it had exactly 60 health.
Oh no! Can I take one away to spare it? Just to spare it a little bit? No. Damn it.
Describe how you kill it.
So, as I enter the arena, the crowd cheers. Everyone goes silent for a minute. The owlbear is confused. I raise up my hand.
Oh god, that is so gonna kill.
I raise up my hand and just with a flash bring it down. 2 lightning bolts strike in the exact same place. Unfortunately, all you see is what was an owlbear.
It's a poof of feathers. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that was fast.
Yeah, that was
That's right. No, I have a better. I've got a better one. Hang on.
I
Oh
found
no,
Lloyd.
he wasted all of his.
Well, with that, the crowd, yeah, unlimited power. Yeah, there you go. With that, the crowd goes absolutely insane, seeing you just annihilate an owlbear in literally less than 6 seconds. You just walk into the arena and
Raise my
poof.
hand, lower it down, boof,
There's a
and
puff
I
of
shout.
feathers.
I shout as loud as I can. That's what I could have done, or Lloyd.
All right, very cool. And with that, you walk back out of the arena as the arena is absolutely erupting into chaos, and you meet back with the organizer of this arena. He sort of scowls at you.
I'll say.
I thought that you were not going to kill our beast.
I'm so sorry. I will give up 25 of my gold to secure payment. I didn't realize you had brought such weak beasts.
Ha! Yeah, sure. Well, sure. 75 gold it is. He hands you your 75 gold pieces.
Thank you very much.
All right. So then we'll fast forward. There are a few more arena sort of combatants. A few more people who fight against beasts. Some who win, some who lose. Then you start getting onto the arena combat, which is man versus man. And finally, we lead up to the final combat against the champion. Theras himself walks out into the arena, clad in heavy plate armor. He looks over at you, Lloyd, and he sort of nods. All right, roll initiative.
Lloyd nods as well, understanding that he seems like an underdog here, but he will give it his all.
While Lloyd is entering the arena, Greensfeld gets up and starts waving the banner. Like crazy.
All right. Awesome.
And he's also like decked out in like face paint and like, you know.
Oh no. I got a bad roll
it's
there.
It's basically, think of it like he's in like Thrace's fan club.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
it's Thrasist, sorry.
That's
Not Thrace.
Oof.
Or, yeah, no.
All right. Yeah,
I
I'm
got
sure,
a bad
Dolomite
initiative
would-
roll there.
All right. So Theras is going to go first. What is he going to do? I guess he will what is he gonna do? Well, I guess he'll move forward a bit. And then how close does he need to be for this? Okay. Needs to be within 30 feet. So he'll move 30. Okay. He's going to walk. He's gonna kind of pace around the arena, keeping his eyes on you. That's gonna be his turn.
Okay, so how can I measure distance?
On the left-hand side, the little ruler. Yeah, you got it.
So 70 feet.
Yep.
Okay. I'm guessing any arrows I use here will not be decreased.
Yeah, these will be arena arrows. So we'll play till you hit 0, but you won't roll any death saves or anything. You just get knocked out.
Can I use second wind if I reach 0 HP?
Yes, I would allow that.
Lloyd draws out his bow and does two.
Ooh.
Let's
Nice.
do that once.
Oh!
All right.
Can I use?
Yeah.
Can I use my inspiration on the 27?
You may. I will allow that. All right. So a
That's
27 will hit.
not. I'm sorry, but that's not.
There's about a 400
Right.
chance that just happened.
8 points.
And this has
Yeah.
happened 3 times now.
Yeah,
Good
that happened
times.
to me with my owlbear. My poor owlbear. They got instantly incinerated.
The worst part is that Lloyd even has like a fighting style in archery. So what the fuck?
Let's just
All right,
say
so
for flavor, you shot an arrow but you accidentally like stumbled.
I got
So when you
two.
released it went into the crowd.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
And you just hear it.
Yes, I love that.
Lloyd just winces for a second, just going like, "Oh shit."
Mind you,
Yeah,
I mean, it's probably an
before-
arena arrow, so they're probably not dead. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see,
Oh.
you see out of the
Before
corner of your
knocking
eye, like
another
some
arrow
people,
and
like,
fires.
people are like gathering around up in the, the arena, up in the seating. That like they seem to be carrying somebody out.
we woo. No, it's
I love that. Okay.
sorry.
You know what's
You
the
did-
worst part? I have +8, so I've got 2 nat ones in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so you got 2 nat ones, Stylus got 2 nat ones,
Yep.
and Greenspell got 2 nat ones. This is like unprecedented.
If you excuse me for a second, I'm gonna go buy some lottery tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right. Well, geez, sorry, go do your thing.
All right. Let's see. Where's he gonna go? He's gonna start moving towards you now that he knows that you're ranged. Okay. He's going to throw a javelin at you. And he is going to miss, sadly. That's his turn.
Lloyd quickly dodges before firing another 2 arrows at him.
All right. Okay, so the
That's
22
the 20.
the 22 will hit. All right. Now you've hit him with another arrow. You're peppering him. All right. He's going to get closer. You can get that close. And he's going to throw another javelin at you. So a 15 misses?
Yep.
All right. It's his turn.
Okay. Lloyd decides to still keep out his. Decides to drop the bow and put the bow back and pull out his buckler and rapier before moving in to do 2 strikes with the rapier.
Okay. Okay.
Ooh, the
All
crit.
right. Yeah, the crit will hit, of course. Okay.
I'm not too sure about the 14. No.
Okay, he's starting to look kind of wounded. All right. That'll be your turn. Okay. So now he's going to try and take his attack against you. Ooh, nice.
Crit.
Double crit.
So 14 points of slashing damage. It should be piercing, not slashing.
I love how like
Oof.
when you rolled your damage, you literally got nat 10 or nat 10 and a nat 1.
All right, Lloyd, it's your turn.
Okay, I use action surge. And do 4 strikes with the rapier.
Okay. So the 22 hits. All the others miss. Okay, 11 points. Right, he's going to stab you twice with his spear. They both miss. All right, it's your turn.
Lloyd dodges backwards before smacking the second hit away with his buckler. Before striking twice with his rapier.
Okay, those both hit.
25?
Okay. He's gonna try and stab at you with his spear. 19 hits, right?
I have
AC.
19 AC.
Yeah, so it meets it, beats it. So that hits. So 12 points of piercing.
Ooh.
Are you looking wounded?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm.
Right. It's your turn.
Lloyd does
Oops.
2 strikes with the rapier again.
Those are both going to miss.
What are these rules?
All right, Theras. They both miss. Lloyd.
Oh my god.
You're like, he stabs at you with his spear, but it sort of hits against your armor, and you riposte with your rapier, but that chinks against his armor.
But with my buckler, that is literally what a buckler is supposed to do: repost attacks.
Question.
Oh, he's pretty good. Yep.
Is he bloodied or heavily? Or
He's
injured?
looking. He is
We're just injured.
pretty heavily injured at this point. Okay, the 20 hits.
Does the
12 points. Okay. So you see he starts to kind of stumble. And you think for a second that you've defeated him, but it seems like he
Still
uses a
standing.
surge of energy to stand back up. It's his turn.
Hold up, I'm gonna.
Both miss.
This is just a miss fest as of right now.
All right.
Give him the chair. Can I do a spiritual weapon that can summon like a large metal folding chair?
I don't think you can.
You can.
Wait,
I don't
Alright,
think I think it would get in trouble for interference.
I mean, that is probably true. Yeah. But you could do it. I won't stop you.
please don't.
Okay, fine. Alright, fine, I won't. Yeah, my character wouldn't do that anyway. I just thought it'd be funny.
All right,
I knew
Lloyd.
it would be funny, but that's why I'm saying, please. Luna's
Yeah, I know. I'm
Is
kidding.
It, Luna's
I'm
supposed to be
joking.
The one with you that you have to put a leash on.
I'm joking. All right, go ahead, please.
Lloyd pants wiping a little bit of sweat away with his buckler before striking with the rapier again.
Both miss.
Oh.
Okay, 23 hits. 6 points. All right, back
Lloyd,
to you, Lloyd.
it almost looks like Lloyd is about to fall down, but he barely still stands. Clearly taken a battering from this before he strikes with the rapier twice yet again.
Okay. Both hit.
All
20. Alright. 20. Okay. It's his turn. Going to try and stab you. Alright, 1 hit. 6 points.
Okay, Lloyd goes down but uses second wind.
Okay. So you sort of go down, fall down to one knee, but then you get a surge of energy as you stand back up. Fight's not over yet. Alright, it's your turn.
Okay, that's not how to do it. Wait, how do I do this again?
/R space 1d10.
You
Or-
don't. You can just put D10. You don't have to put the 1d10.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Well, better than nothing.
Yeah.
I still get +5, so
7.
yeah. Blade strikes with his. Lloyd goes up and goes like panting, just going like, I'm not gonna give up yet.
Alright, Lloyd. It's your turn. Ooh.
Oh!
Oh, no.
But
And
What
you're
is
weakened-
with these rolls?
In your weakened state, you can barely manage to lift your rapier to stab him. He's weakened too, and he barely manages to dodge out of the way. He goes in to stab,
Misses.
but he's struggling to lift his spear. Back to you.
At this point, we're just gonna have the Golden Sun ending in the Colosso thing, where both just fall unconscious because of how hard they're battling at this rate.
My God. We have been doing these fights.
Nat 20.
Nat
Oh,
20.
there we go.
All right.
16.
Okay.
Lloyd
And
Lloyd
so-
raises a. Is that the
Okay.
final strike?
yeah, go ahead.
Yay!
Lloyd raises up his rapier before going like, farewell, before striking right near the shoulder.
All right. You see as Theros sort of falls to his knees and then falls to the ground. He's still alive, but he's unconscious. You win.
Lloyd pants, raising up his rapier before soon after falling onto the ground,
All right. The crowd
clearly
is like
exhausted from his fight.
the crowd is like you can see the like the stunned faces as you're like laying there on the ground. Before you start to slip into unconsciousness, you hear the crowd erupting into cheers. After a bit, you wake up with the back in the little training area behind the arena, and there you see the old man who had been who admitted you into the arena. Well,
Your questions, am I there too?
do you want to be?
I would definitely be back with him.
Yeah, sure. You can be down there. as you come to Lloyd, you see Usopp and then the old man who let you in to the arena. Well, I can't believe you actually did it.
I told you should have got us some better monsters.
Nobody's ever beaten Theros before.
Lloyd just chuckles, going like, honestly, I wasn't expecting to pull it off either.
That was a close fight, kid. You did well. And, well, a deal's a deal. You're the new champion. He holds up a big sack of gold. And I guess this belongs to you too now.
Lloyd nods, taking it,
Okay.
still laughing a bit from the shock of actually managing to pull off the win.
You have 1,000 gold pieces. Add that to
Can we say the
Yeah.
bag is so heavy that when he picks it up, he just like drops it
Drops
and
it.
like falls? He doesn't drop it. He just like the bag. He's like holding the bag, and the bag like drops to the ground. He's like,
Yeah, he's
like
still weak from the fight.
yeah. You know, kind of like when someone is like, trying to carry something really heavy, he's just like,
Saving throw.
sorry, no, I'm kidding.
Saving throw with disadvantage.
Yeah, there you go.
He's
Straight
clearly
save.
delirious.
Okay, 7. Yeah, you drop the gold on the floor. Luckily, it's sealed in a bag, so it doesn't go flying everywhere.
He is hurt.
So next time
Well-
we visit Mr. Ringmaster, are you gonna bring us a challenge?
I have a feeling that our friend Theras here will be spending some time training. I think he'll want to reclaim his title, but we'll have to see if he actually wakes up.
Sounds like a plan.
Lloyd
Thank you for all your time.
nods before saying, I purposefully went for his shoulder to try to cause him minimal harm near the end.
Of course, he'll live. I just hope that he'll be in good fighting condition when he wakes up.
And once again, I do apologize about your, what was it, creature you took out?
Oh. Yeah, well, we called him Jerry, but
I apologize so much. I
think even you
did
used to
think-
call.
you're not there.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'll be quiet. I'll behave.
I did think to get the crowds riled up, so I may have gotten over this.
Well, you certainly gave him a show. And your friend here, too. I think that they'll be talking about this one for quite a while. And I guess if nothing else, you've made a small fortune today.
We'll definitely be
Yeah.
back, and I hope good fortune on you.
Yes, and I hope that you win many battles like the ones you won today.
Of course, praise be to Saluna.
All right. Well, that concludes the arenas.
What time would you say it is now the fight has concluded?
It's probably now you're kind of like filtering out of the arena and stuff.
It's probably around morning because Lloyd
No.
was unconscious for
I was
a
gonna
while.
say like
I would say
7:30.
like 10.
late.
Yeah.
Well, we should
Because
probably.
the fight didn't start until what did I say? 6:30 or
Six.
7 or something.
8.
So the fight didn't
Uh,
start. You had to be there at 5:30.
Yeah.
So the fight was at 6. So you could still pass out, be up, and everyone filter out by 9.
Yeah, I think that's
And then
reasonable.
Okay, here. Why don't we do this?
Okay.
I'll do this. I will go down as we leave. I'll go down into the Green Spell will go into the trainer's room. I sort of go in. I talk to the person. I explain to him I am a friend of the champions,
Hmm.
Lloyd. Can he hear / see me from the distance from the door to the? I guess you would call it the infirmary.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Sure.
So then what I will do, sure then. I presume Lloyd will allow me to pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the
Well, I was asking,
I-
like,
Lloyd is just
Lloyd vouches
kind
for you.
of still recovering, so he
Alright.
is still kind of delirious at this state.
Alright.
So
This might help.
Oh, look at that. All right.
Lloyd
Green walks over and heals you.
feels better before nodding, saying, "Thank you."
We've got a job to do. Or
Okay.
somebody's
You're
expecting
right.
us.
I'll kind of walk over and go. One of these days, we'll have to fight 1-on-1 with all of what we got.
Well, hopefully not to the death.
Of course not.
Well, all I know is if that happens, I'm going to be probably like 50, 60 feet away from you guys. I'll be watching you like across the town. Yeah. I don't think there's an arena big enough to contain the two of you. All right.
Yeah. You don't want
I
Usopp setting off
appreciate
another nuke.
I appreciate that green spell.
I laugh
At
with
this
the hint.
point, we should just give Lloyd at this point the title of Master Duelist. At this point,
You're the champion of the arena.
Yeah, you're the champion. You got the
Yeah,
title.
Yeah, I laugh when Usopp's comment mostly with humor, but with a slight bit of like fear, like yeah, like I mean, you did see him just vaporizing Owlbear in one shot. You're just like yeah, sure, like please don't hurt me, like please don't hurt me, kind of. All right, anyway, so I think we still have time for a round before we want to head off to the to meet the professor. What do you say? Drinks are on me.
I am up for drinks.
Where's the nearest tavern?
I think that would
I
be.
guess I'll
the
have
Iron
some
Sail.
soda or tea.
How would meta moment here? How long of a walk is it if we were to go around the regular way? If we were to go to here,
not passing into the inner city.
Yeah, so going around and over, like the way we came before.
Probably like a 25-minute walk.
That's not
Maybe
bad.
maybe 20 minutes.
And you said it's about 7:30. You said.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Yeah, we just have to be quick about it. All right.
What the fuck I want?
First round's on me. Is everybody? Who's coming?
Oh, I'm definitely coming.
Lloyd is falling.
Oh,
Nope.
and
Joshua
while I'm
Poole
at
will-
Lloyd, I sort of like I give him. I kind of like toss the banner. I have the banner like kind of crumpled up and like in a ball. Like just toss it to him. He's like, "For you," and just toss it, and it like unfolds in midair, and just like. And I'm just assuming it would like it falls over top of him like a sheet.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, so we're walking.
Lloyd
to the
just
bar.
sighs, taking the cloth over and just wrapping it around like a scarf.
All right, so we're walking. Well, I say walk, it's like a brisk walk, I would say.
Yeah.
All right. So
I mean, I'm speaking for the group, but if anyone else wants to do something, then by all means, cut me off.
Luna is not going to the. She's just not going to the. She's not going.
Okay.
Where are you headed to, Luna?
She's more just like. She's more so just kind of walking or. She's more just kind of gone back to the. She's more just kind of like prefer. She's she's not inside it. She's more just like standing outside. And she's like, I'm not going in.
So you're
Okay.
like near us. So you're walking with us, but you don't go into the tavern.
Pretty. You know what? Never mind. I'll just have Luna perform again inside the tavern.
Okay. That's
Okay.
fine.
All right.
On the
Can
way
I have
there,
Lloyd
not
walk
drinking
around?
She's not drinking anything though.
Okay, 18. Yeah, so you'll get a
Lloyd
gold
just-
piece.
What?
You'll get a gold piece from people passing over. Like throwing you money as you
Yes.
perform on the street
Okay.
or in the tavern.
or in the tavern
Can
or wherever
Lloyd
you are.
will look around
Luna's
just
in
in
the tavern,
case
she's just not
there's
drinking.
people just kind of.
All right.
I
Lloyd,
will
what'd you
take a
do?
quick. Oh, sorry.
Can Lloyd look around and just to see if there's anyone just kind of approaching him at this moment, because who knows how much commotion he has just caused by winning that match.
I think that they're like looking around. You see some people who are kind of like staring at you, but it seems like they're kind of nervous to approach. Like they just saw you beat the champion. They don't want to they don't want to walk up to you, but they're kind of like staring at you. They're like are talking to their buddy and looking over at you and that kind of thing.
So, real quick, on the way there,
Mm-hmm.
I stop by the temples, of course,
Okay.
and say, "Repaid in kind," and I'm gonna give them 20 gold.
All right. Awesome.
All right. So
And
we'll
then I'm
just do
gonna
the
go
book-
drink.
All right.
All right. You can anybody buying a drink, you can pay let's say 2 silver.
Oh,
for a drink.
what I was going to do was I was going to go up to the barkeep and I will ask him for his finest glass, for his finest bottle of wine that he has.
Okay. The
How much is it
finest
for a
wine.
cup of tea? How much is it for a cup of tea?
Cup of tea is like a silver. Say. Their finest
Lloyd-
wine is an imported Elvish wine, which costs 10 gold pieces for a glass.
Okay, what's your second most expensive wine?
The second most expensive wine is another imported Elvish wine that is 10 gold or 2 gold pieces.
All right, we'll go with that one. And how many people are having wine? Is it just Panda, or is it just Usopp and I?
Up in
And
Greece, though.
Well-
Yeah.
and then I gesture to the bartender, and then whatever the champion wants as well as on me.
All right.
So I will give him. I'll give him 6 gold pieces. Let's say Joshua's with us and he agrees to go out and get a drink.
Yeah, Josh was there too.
Yeah.
He's hanging out with the boys.
Yes,
All right.
night out of town with the bros.
Right.
All right, so and then as we get to the table, I kind of I raise a toast to the newest champion of the arena, the master duelist, Lloyd Brandel. Here to the whole tavern.
Yeah.
Yep. Everybody
And-
raises their glasses. Here.
And- And we start drinking.
Lloyd
and-
slowly raises up his as well with a nervous smile. Clearly
Lloyd-
not
or-
thinking things.
Clap
as-
you on the back.
Clearly not thinking things through in hindsight.
I'll clap you on the back and go, "This is a party. This is your party. Have some fun."
Yes, have a drink. Well, first off, is your character of legal drinking age?
Yes,
Luna-
just
I knew-
chooses not.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure before
I think a few sessions ago, he just after the PTSD of the water fight, just went and drank alcohol for once.
I'm just making
trying to-
sure before I ask. Are you sure you wouldn't care for
Yeah.
a glass?
I
You've earned it.
I've honestly prefer not to drink.
Very well
Rather
done.
not get a hangover.
More for us, I guess.
More for us.
All right, so
All
We'll
right.
just say
as-
this goes on for a couple,
Yeah,
30 minutes.
You,
or
you get
so.
approached by some fans, Lloyd. Eventually, after sitting down for a while, they like want their autograph and stuff. They kind of like want to hang around. Have you ever played Oblivion? You know this guy.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
I have
okay.
never played Oblivion.
Oh, you just imagine this guy. He's kind of following you around now.
Yeah. I will go up to Greenspell and say, "Drinks on a victory."
You said a drink
My treat?
song?
Drink for a victory. My treat.
As you wish. And,
And
I kind of do like an audible like snap to the bartender. Another round.
All right.
Although we can't get too don't forget we still have to meet with the professor, so this will be the last one. Unfortunately.
I was gonna ask if you wanted to see if we could outdrink each other.
I don't think
Lloyd
that's
sighs, shaking his head, going like, "What are you, brickful?"
no, like I don't think that's no, I'm not that I'm not that. I look down at me, I look at you, and I'm like, and how do you think that's gonna go? I'm like half your size.
Gotta cut loose every once in a while. Come on now.
Well, perhaps on the way back. We do have business at hand tonight. There is a time for revel, and there is a time for there is a time and a place for that, but not tonight. There is business to attend to. Yes, I figure the champion deserves a drink to celebrate their victory before we, go back to work.
I won too,
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. That is true.
But
All right,
I just take it.
All right.
Take a drink from me. I'll drink one for the road, and we'll go back.
All right. So I'll give the bartender another 4 gold pieces for another glass of wine for myself and Usopp.
All right.
And then after that, we pay our tab, and then I would say, Usopp and I start walking back towards the university.
All right.
I don't know where I am on this map.
You're currently here. You can.
Lloyd tries to follow, but got interrupted by fans just wanting his autograph.
There you go. You can start charging for that. Make some money.
Yeah, so you could turn. You could.
You could.
Then next thing you know, you're gonna have like talent agents coming and like scouting you for like going on a world tour of fight for fights, and then there will be merchandise made out of you.
Yeah, that's true.
And you'll be rich.
Then you get a cocaine addiction and fall from fame, and your life will be ruined. Cycle of the
or
star.
just get cancer and die like your Technoblade.
Yeah, or that.
Also, I don't think cocaine existed in the Middle Ages.
Opium then.
Opium,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, heroin, so that much worse. Okay.
Much worse.
We're trying to have a good time, not kill him.
They had opium.
All right, I know, but anyway, kidding. All right, so
we go back down to.
We're gonna just say head.
All right, you're headed back to the university. All right.
Yep,
Well, I will head back to the temples because that's where I belong.
Okay.
All right.
You go have a nap at the temple.
Okay.
Joshua is gonna follow. Okay.
Is Lloyd joining us, or is Lloyd off doing his own thing, or is he too busy being mobbed by fans to join?
Yeah.
He's too busy being mobbed by fans.
Yeah, too busy being famous.
Hang on 1 second. Let me see if I can try something real quick. Do I have? Is it singular or plural fans?
Probably multiple fans.
Sure.
Because now people are starting to realize that he's not he's not as terrifying as the previous champion, so they're much more willing to go talk to him.
Okay. Can I go up to Lloyd and the crowd and try to intimidate the crowd to leave them alone?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh God.
He usually does pretty good at this.
10.
10. Okay. They all kind of.
You know what? Inspiration.
Okay, sure. Yeah, inspiration. Okay. So with a 20, at first they're like, nobody even knows where it came from. I like to imagine that because they're not like looking down to find you.
Just have him raise up a finger, like he's about to cast lightning again.
I was thinking, they think that it's Lloyd
is that
talking.
the
They
wrong
think it's
person?
the champion.
So, real quick, you
Yeah.
did. I was gonna step away for a second, but you did something, and you're trying to make an illusion or you're trying to distract them, right?
Yeah, I don't know minor illusion though, so I can't like.
So I'm gonna cast minor illusion because it's an instant
You have
cantrip.
like those cards.
You're at the church.
Wait,
Yeah, that's true.
wait.
Okay,
Oh, you have those cards that can create a illusion.
but I'm at the church.
I mean,
I don't have them.
I was gonna step away. If we're trying to get him away before we leave, I'll cast minor illusion and make a backup of him.
That's what I was trying to do. Well, that's what I wanted to do.
okay.
I was
So
kind of
with
hoping. I was kind of
with the
hoping you
20
could use. I was
with the
kind of
20 and
hoping I could
intimidation,
do. Oh
you
yeah,
can
well, I was.
scare them off.
Well, it was either that or I was going to try to use mirror image, but it only worked on me. I can't apply it to somebody else.
Yeah, I think
So,
what
as we're
happens
leaving,
is that the green spell sort of like starts shouting, but he's too small for anyone to notice that he's down there. So they all think that it's Lloyd who's shouting at them to get away, and so they all sort of scatter.
You're
Alright.
welcome.
Lloyd just nods with a slight bow, just going like, "Thank you."
All right, you guys.
I did not think this would happen.
What did you think would happen? You're a celebrity in this town now, whether you like it or not.
So you guys head
Well,
back down.
if it gets me one step closer to regaining my noble title, I guess it's worth it.
You could say that. All right. Are we at this point? Are we all at the university?
Yeah, you guys head down to the university.
Okay.
You find your way into one of the kind of towards the dormitories, and you see the familiar face of Professor or Dr. Graham down there. He's sort of sitting on one of the benches. He waves at you as you approach.
Ah, Dr. Graham, good to see you again.
Ah, yes. I was concerned that you wouldn't be able to make it. I heard that your friend here had quite the day.
Indeed, he has had quite a day. Isn't that right, Mr. Champion?
Lloyd just kind of scratches just rubs the back of his head, chuckling nervously.
Well, no matter. We shall be leaving this city soon, isn't that right?
Yes.
Something like that.
Well, in any case, for now, I've managed to get a dormitory provided for you. A small room. I hope you don't mind bunk beds.
I look at him and I look at me. It's like, are you kidding?
Well, that's
I could sleep in a dresser if I had to.
Very well, follow me. And he leads you into a corridor. You see like various sort of wizards and sorcerers all kind of shuffling around, going into their dorms for the night. Some of them are just going out for the night. And he leads you into one that's unoccupied. There are two sets of bunk beds, and there's like two desks. not a lot else in the room. It's a pretty small room, kind of cramped for everybody but Greenspell, but definitely passable.
Okay.
He says, I hope this room will be sufficient for you while we're here in the city.
I think we'll do. I think this will be fine. Is that won't we? And I'm sorry. Look at Lloyd and Luna, and sorry,
Joshua.
Joshua. Thank you. I was going to say Jason, but yeah, Joshua was like yeah, and this looks good.
Yeah.
And I suppose I have one further question for you.
Well,
When were you planning on leaving the city?
Well, as soon as possible, actually. Have the preparations for our expedition been made?
I've managed to procure a few water-breathing helms, enough for myself and your party, I believe.
Well, thank you again, sir.
Yes, of course. I would be prepared to leave tomorrow if you have no further business in the city.
That sounds fine to me.
Lloyd raises his hand, just going like, actually, I'm pretty sure there's something I kind of want to do.
Very well.
I'm wondering if I can, with my champion status, if I can get my rapier enchanted. We're probably going to need the best weapons we can for the fight against the Azeroth.
Well, my boy, I'm no expert in enchantments, but I, for one, know that any enchantment, especially one as complex as that, would certainly take at least a week, and perhaps even longer.
I talked over to Lloyd and I said, you could also just, buy a different sword. I was in the market earlier and talking to this merchant who said he was selling a sword sharper than any other, and it was only about 1,000 gold pieces or so. Maybe you could check that out.
Wait!
What kind of sword is it?
I mean, I'm not very familiar with weapons, but when I looked at it, I would say it wasn't quite a rapier.
It was like an arming sword.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Lloyd just kind of shakes his head, going like, yeah, I think I'm going to stick with my rapier. It has better reach, which against spear users like that is really helpful, that a arming sword would have struggled against.
I just kind of shrug. I'm like, huh? Well, I suppose we'll leave tomorrow then.
Very good. Well, whenever you're leaving, please come see me. I'd like to take some of my assistants with me as well, if it isn't too much trouble.
No, should be no problem. We have plenty of room on the boat.
Excellent. Yes, just please come and see me in the morning or afternoon or whenever you're leaving. I'd like to join you, and you will be able to find me in my office most likely.
All right.
Yes, very well. Well, I'll see you tomorrow then.
All right, we'll see you at the break of dawn, or
All
maybe
right.
a little bit after that. It depends on how Lloyd feels in the morning.
All right.
He did take quite a beating after all.
Yes, that is true. At least that's what I've heard.
Yes, it was. I was there. It was quite a show. I'm not much one for gladiator fights, but this one was certainly one to be not one to miss.
Yes, I find the whole ordeal a bit distasteful myself, but
No. Well, this is my first time in this city. I figured, hey, always try it out at least once.
yes, when in Caloria, do as the Calorians do. Isn't that the saying?
Something like that. Hang on. Never heard of
Lloyd
that,
just-
but that would make sense.
Lloyd just chuckles a bit before commenting. Well, even if you guys find it distasteful, I have honestly found it very fun. Not often that you get to fight just for the fun of it.
There's some good feathers left from that owl. Some good quill
just
feathers.
some feathers just exploded out as the
I think that's
owl
all that's left. The
bear
pile of
just got-
feathers.
Oh no. I didn't mean to kill it.
I just saw that 60 and I just went like, yeah, that is definitely gonna murder it.
Yeah, that's like the disintegrate spell or something.
Remember, no disintegrations.
As you wish.
I guess I won't cast that on you. I guess.
All right. So you guys are sleeping to the next day, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Long rest.
Yep. Long rest, everyone.
Oh,
I'm
good.
sorry, this
I get all my spell slots
conversation
back.
happened because
But you get all of the one spell slot you used back. Well, maybe you used two. I don't know.
Yeah.
I used
He
metamagic,
used one.
so
Yeah,
I mean,
he
I don't know
used-
how. I don't
he
know how
used sorcery
sorcery.
points.
Yeah, I don't know how sorcerers work per se.
so I used one spell slot and one sorcery point.
Wait, you can do. Oh, I guess yeah. Okay.
6 sorcery points, and do that 3 times.
Well, you did. You twinned it and then you doubled
did.
it. So I thought that'd be 2 points right there.
No, I just used a spell and twinned it.
Yeah, he just used twin spell, but he cast it at a higher level too.
Yeah, I casted a 4th level spell.
Okay. Again, I don't know sorcerers, so
Yeah, so I could have done that like 2 more times, maybe.
Jesus.
Ridiculous.
Oh, dear God.
Well, assuming it made it save, or
Yeah,
or
assuming you
it
made
failed
the
to
saves.
save.
Yeah.
If you don't do the saves, what it does like half damage, I think.
Half
I'm
damage.
not sure.
It says
Or just-
half damage on a failed save.
I
Yep.
could read something about
Or
it.
sorry, half damage on a successful save.
A successful save. So it still would have been 30 points if it succeeded twice.
Pretty much. Anyway.
Yeah. So still I can
Okay.
a lot of boom in my strikes.
Yeah.
Okay, so technically, you wouldn't have been able to use twin spell because it can only be used on spells that can target only a single creature, and lightning
Okay.
can target multiple, right?
Let me double check.
I think
I
it hits
think it-
everybody in a line.
Let's make dexterity in a line.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so I can't do twin spell on a. That's my bad.
That's fine. I also think when it's so yeah, it would spend a number of sorcery points equal to the spell's level. So it would cost more than one. That's what I thought. Yeah, it costs more than one sorcery point.
Okay, so it does.
Yeah, it would.
So-
It costs equal to the
Lloyd
level of
just-
the.
Okay, so it
Uh,
cost me 4. I could still probably do that 2 times in a row.
Spell's level to.
So yeah, it's a third.
Yeah.
It's a 3rd level spell. I can do that twice in a row, just back to back.
That's still really strong, to be honest. I thought that I was like, there's no way that you can use that on leveled spells, right? Because it's like no,
I didn't know that. I'm
you know,
sorry.
like quicken spell you can do with like cantrips only,
Uh-huh.
but no, twin spell you can literally. It just is that strong.
Cast
So-
2 wish spell.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Well,
actually,
you I don't know if you could because you don't have. I think you only get 1 9th level spell slot.
twin
use
spell
9
doesn't use. It only
sorcery
uses one
spells.
spell slot.
So it's 9 sorcery points. So
I guess you could do that. I
I
guess
could
you could
double-
do that.
I could double cast wish if I was at level 9.
That's ridiculous. You literally could. Rules is written. You could do that.
Yeah.
Sorcerers are broken.
Sorcerers are like wizards, but better.
I mean, in 5th edition, yeah.
In 5th edition, yeah.
Sorcerers are pretty much just wizards, but just overkill.
Better. They're just
They're
better.
sorcerers. They're wizards that didn't actually have to work for their magic.
Exactly.
And also their magic is stronger.
But it's okay because I'm super devoted to Selena and the church.
Saloon.
So, Seluna, and super devoted to the church.
Seluna
So,
just blessed her with his power to just smite people in an
I was
instant.
gonna say, let's just say that for the sake of like instead of retconning, just say he had divine intervention.
Yeah.
And
That's fair.
the goddess
Well,
Seluna, knowing of his generosity, granted
To be fair,
him
he can cast spells that are that strong as long as they only target a single creature at a time.
right.
okay, I did not know that. So
Um,
this is a single target, so I can do that with my other spells then.
Yeah, and any of your other
Roy
spells.
just kind
Scorching-
of looks and just goes like, I really should have learned magic while I can.
Yeah.
I
guess
mean,
so.
you still can technically. Although
Yeah,
it would
there's
be,
there's Magic
take them-
University.
Oh, I
well,
could do that with
you'd have to take the magic and you'd have to take the mage initiate feat somehow,
yeah.
and you'd have
real
to
quick,
decide.
real quick, can I use that with Scorching Ray because it says one or several? So if I just targeted one, could I just triple it?
So that's a good question. Let me look.
I
On
just
the,
wonder. I'm just confused on the because it says you can target one or several within range. As long as it's a single target spell.
Yeah, I feel like I would allow it. To be honest, I think I would also allow lightning as long as it's only targeted against one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. From now on, that's going to be my ruling. Who cares? Rules is written. You
The
can
DM
use
has
twin,
spoken.
You can use twin spell, even if the spell can target multiple creatures, as long as you're only using it to target a single creature.
Okay.
I mean, obviously using twin spell, you could use it to attack too.
Right.
But you can't
Right.
target. You can't use lightning to target 10 people and then also twin spell it to hit the 10 people
10 more.
twice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get what I mean?
It was 2 lightning strikes in one spot.
Right. Yeah. That's fine.
Okay.
So I think Scorching Ray against, as long as it's all the rays are targeted against a single creature,
One person. I can do it, so it'd
then-
be 6 rays against one person.
or 3 rays against one, and then the twin spell could be cast on a second.
And target. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. That would be fine. Because the twin spell, you cast all your spells on one, and then you also get a second spell that you can use to cast on a second target if you want.
Okay.
So, I think that's fine. Yeah.
Guys,
So I got a lot of firepower.
do you think that
Yeah.
do you think that this would be a good point to leave off, or
It's 10:30.
Probably. I mean,
Yeah.
or 11. Well, yeah. I would say at the very least we can, get our preparations and start heading back towards
Yeah.
where we need to go, and
Sure.
then we can leave it there, unless there's anyone has business in town that they want to do real quick.
Nope.
No. Okay.
no?
All right.
All right. I mean,
So you guys,
I'm fine.
you guys wake up and you head out and find Dr. Graham. He seems ecstatic. He gathers up all of his adventuring gear and heads out to the ship. There's nothing else you guys want to do while you're here?
Nope.
Nope.
I blew up an owlbear. I'm sad about it, but I blew up an.
All right.
Yeah, basic.
All right. You guys are headed back.
I will say I'm
Mhm.
very remorseful. I did not mean to kill the creature.
All right. You guys head back to Crown Point, I'm guessing, or you headed back to the Key first, or headed back to Crown Point? We'll just fast forward over the other places.
Would it be possible to go like in this? Well, hear me out, guys. Instead of going the same way,
I lose connection.
If we just go straight through,
That is an option.
is that, or we can go the other direction? Well-
it is slightly faster to go this way.
This way
They
or this way?
go
Oh, that
straight
way.
through. The captain says the waters are calm enough at this time of year that the voyage would be possible.
What does everyone else think?
I like.
Well,
straight
if
through.
we're the biggest concern for me about taking the middle route is, do we have enough resources?
So yes, in short. As long as you don't get like misdirected or something, you don't go off course and you manage to actually land at Waitward, you should be fine.
Oh no, does that mean we might have to risk a roll?
I don't know.
Don't give him ideas.
Who can say, really?
The DM knows when the DM does not say.
The captain told you that the weather is at this time of year is generally good enough that you can pass.
Generally, not completely.
I take him at his word.
He says, in Homolus and Panamos, during the winter months, it's usually completely impassable, but you're in late spring now, so the weather right now is usually fine.
Wait, which month are we on?
Currently, you are in Gamos. You started on the 1st of Ardeos, which is like the first of the new year. And it's been a full month and a week
Oh wow,
in game.
That's not what I meant to click.
I mean, we did spend like a month at sea just getting into the capital,
Yeah.
give or
We're
take.
on the 8th, aren't we?
It's currently the yep, it is the 8th of Gamos. Yep.
All right. So I would say at like, or I said by I mean Greenspell. Basically, he makes that suggestion, but he won't like tell the captain to do it unless all of the parties in agreement.
I
So-
agree.
Are there any objections?
No.
Lloyd just shrugs, agreeing.
All right.
All right then. All right, so then I will inform the captain. So, all right,
So
real
you
quick,
make
I'll just
a-
go up to the. Yep, you got it. You got it.
You make a small stop in Acela. That's just like a few hours voyage.
Right.
So you sort of get all your stuff together in the morning, get everybody on board, and you leave probably around like 10 or 11 or something. You get to Acela, and it's maybe like 1 or 2. You're not out in the bay for very long. And then you guys begin the much longer journey to Waitward. All right. So this journey is going to be. It's pretty much a week straight at sea. So how will you guys be occupying your time?
Wait,
Um,
at this point, wouldn't it be best to just leave off here? Like, this is kind of a perfect thing.
It's
I mean,
fine.
we could.
That's fine with me.
All right. We'll say. I'll just say. Let's have concluding what you guys do. On the boat, and then next session we'll have you pulling into Waitward. So what will you guys be doing on the? So Luna's just fishing. Luna, you catch. A giant shark.
Oh god.
It'll take.
Lloyd just immediately jumps back, just drawing out his rapier and PTSD.
Lovely. All right. Anything else anybody's doing on the 7-week voyage? Just like reading or.
Mainly
Um,
just trying to convert Lloyd. Just trying to convert Lloyd to Luna's grace.
Nice.
and I will use the bag of one of the bags of tea that I bought, and I will. Seeing him freak out at the sight of the shark, I I go back to my quarters and I grab some of the tea, and I like offered him like a tea. Like this should help you take the edge off.
All right. Cool.
Wait.
So we'll pick
And
up
then-
next.
Wait, I'm
and
surprised
then-
she hasn't tried to
And then the
convert
rest of
Luna.
the time, I will be reading and meditating and doing other stuff of that
Okay.
nature.
I'm
Alright.
surprised she hasn't tried to convert Luna yet, honestly.
And
I'm there. I'm right there.
it's like he's right next. He's like, I heard that.
Dun, dun, dun. Eyes flash open.
Dun
But also,
dun
like, Luna
dun.
is actually devoted to her fate, so I think that's probably why she hasn't. Or does Lloyd have a fate?
Luna?
Does
Lloyd.
Lloyd have a fate? Like
Oh,
Lloyd.
Lloyd? I don't know.
No.
That would explain it.
Is Lloyd an atheist? Or just like
He's
agnostic?
not exactly against God. He just doesn't really subscribe himself to one faith.
Okay, interesting.
And okay,
Which is
so
definitely
That's a-
why I'm trying.
Yeah, perfect target for.
Yes, exactly why I'm trying.
okay, yeah. Luna has her own god, so I don't. So that's probably why she hasn't gone
Usopp
after her.
hasn't.
Usopp hasn't gone after her. Usopp knows she has her own god. Luna has her own gods.
I'm mainly looking at the champions, and the champion can definitely be part of Saluna's grace and bring us in big moolah.
Yeah, Luna probably provides her boons in various forms.
Mm. All right. Well, we'll pick up next session with you guys. Just arriving in Waitward.
Can you stick around for a few minutes after everyone goes off?
Yeah,
I want
that's
to ask
fine.
you something. Yeah, you're good.
With a week
Okay.
pass in game. All right.
Alright, bye
See ya.
everyone.
You guys.
Bye.
See ya.